Everybody, welcome to UFC 285 here on the Matt Men YouTube channel. I'm Matt Ryan, and I am joined by a psychotic dog named Olive, and on the other side of the metaphorical glass here in studio, Stephanie Sotilli.
Yes, hello.
I am also always joined by MG Geek. MG, how you doing, friend?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Ready for could be an awesome card.
It's sure. Already when Cody Garbrandt is on the prelims. I looked up when we were about to go on the air, and I saw the tail of the tape. I was like, Cody's on the prelims? I didn't do a lot of looking into the prelims of this card because it's a two-fight card, in my opinion, even though you got some good prospects in Bo Nickal starting things off at the top of the hour. Well, usually about 12 to 15 minutes after the top of the hour. But we're in the final prelim fight right now, and we want to know who you think is going to walk out of that one, and also who you are picking all night long. And also, if you want your comments read, you want me to say hi, you want to say whatever you want, or you just like giving us some money, hit the super chat in the bottom of the chat screen, and also like, comment, and subscribe to this video. We want your voice to be a part of our voice, so do the thing. We got a huge card tonight, as we said at the top of the hour. It's Bo Nickal versus Jamie Pickett at 185 pounds. After that, it's Jalin Turner versus Mateusz Gamrot. Then Neal versus Shavkat Rakhmonov. And in our co-main event, Valentina Shevchenko will take on Alexa Grasso. And in the main event for the vacant heavyweight title on some bullshit, it is Ciryl Gane taking on Jon Jones. I want to know your thoughts on why Ciryl Gane and Jon Jones are the ones. And we are live here. We've got Marathon Refrigeration in the chat. Hey, Matt, I'm back from Canada. Garbrandt, better hope he doesn't get caught. Well, that's every fight for Garbrandt the last few years. Ever since those losses, he's become a different fighter, and he's more pensive, and you see him pacing around the octagon right now at 3:54 left to go in the second round of our final prelim of the evening. And we'll take a look at the world around us here in the world of mixed martial arts. If you already haven't liked, commented, and subscribed, what the fuck are you doing? And also, talk in the chat. Say hi. What's up, Steph? How are you doing? I didn't get a chance to talk to you much today, even though we literally are 35 feet apart from each other. 35 feet apart from each other. It's been a long week, guys.
You messed it up.
Yes, thank you. I started a new job this month. Not new.
No, you didn't.
But
no, you didn't. Kayfabe reasons.
No, the joke was I start a new job every month.
You are Neal Patrick Harris's personal assistant.
Yes, I follow him around all day, reading from
only bathroom related things. If he needs more toilet paper, you hand him more toilet paper.
Yes.
If he needs to be told that his dick is big every 5 minutes, that's your job.
The average is actually 7.5 minutes. Every 7.5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
We got our first one of the night, Steph. I'm going to need you, since I don't have my soundboard anymore. My dear sweet soundboard. I need you to do the straight cash, homie. Can you do the straight cash, homie?
Oh, a lot of money, ain't it? Is that better?
No.
Is that not it?
No, straight cash, homie.
I was never able to hear the sound. I thought that was it.
Yeah, that's right. You've never been able to hear the sound.
Yeah, I don't have headphones.
It's fair. Well, we got to work on getting you headphones. But thanks to Marathon Refrigeration.
Hey, a lot of money, ain't it? Is that not going to get annoying?
You know,
everybody in the chat, is that not going to get annoying?
It's not even 5 minutes into the show, and it's already
take a vote. I'm not going to create a poll. You talk amongst yourselves. What was the better voice sound effect? What I just did, or if you prefer the old one?
Do you prefer a lot of money, ain't it? I can't do the accent. I can't do accents.
A lot of money, ain't it?
Or straight cash, homie, from Randy Moss. Fucking like an elephant on roller skates during a tire fire. That is what this show is. That is the synthesis of this program that Andrew Zarian allows on his YouTube channel every month. But
I'm looking today.
I know. Andrew plugging that, and Catalyst Wrestling live tomorrow at the Bell House. Tickets are available at catalystwrestling.com. Getting close to a sellout, so you're going to want to buy your tickets now. I'm really looking forward to the main event, and I wrote about this on patreon.com/Dan A. White. That's patreon.com/Dan A. White. We got a vote already. Stephen Kelleher saying straight cash, homie. But a lot of people tonight are anticipating the ghost of Jon Jones. Jon Jones, the fighter we knew 3 years ago, the fighter we knew at the peak of his career. This is a guy who's in his mid-30s, has not fought in 3 years, has been dealing with a deluge of personal matters, and is moving up in weight. A lot of things that Jones did at light heavyweight were insane. But can he keep that kind of pace with a literal 43 extra pounds on him? Jon Jones weighed in at 248 yesterday. That is insane. That's a Christian Bale-esque weight gain for Jon Jones. And when we take a look at the card tonight, I don't know. Ciryl Gane's a tough motherfucker, man. He was able to, he survived 5 rounds with Francis Ngannou. He knocked out, Derek Lewis to win the interim heavyweight title. There's just so much at stake for him that I don't know if Jon Jones will be able to maintain the kind of pace we're used from him. And Valentina Shevchenko versus Alexa Grasso, some people are raising their eyes because the last time Valentina was inside the octagon, she got a split decision. This is Grasso's first title fight in a pretty well-regarded career. I don't know if Grasso is level set yet for a title fight. We've seen her in big fight situations. She's taken some wins. She's taken some losses. I see that fight either going the distance or ending in the first 2 rounds. If it gets to the 3rd round, I think we're going to see the end of it. But Shevchenko losing is not necessarily something I would put on my scoreboard. Stephen Kelleher brings up a good point. He probably fought at 220 all the time after rehydrating, but still, that's a 28-pound difference. If he's fighting at 248, if he drops down, he's not going to drop down 20 pounds in a day. So there's a lot of question marks there as round 3 of Garbrandt and Jones takes place, overhand right by Garbrandt. And he's going to pace around the outside of the octagon, outside the center of the octagon. If he was pacing around outside the octagon, I think it would not be a well man. Both men back in the center of the octagon now with 4:23 left to go in the 3rd and final round. Oh, second-class citizen saying it's Pat. Oh, this fucking jerk-off. Remember him, Steph? He was in the chat all the time, second-class citizen.
I don't, actually. Very, very not memorable. I do not remember at all.
Fair enough. You try not to remember the people who make fun of people. You try to remember the Stephen Kelleher's, the Marathon Refrigerations, the Toker 88s.
I still remember Faux Sushi.
Yeah,
because it was the best name ever.
Top tier name.
Yes. I don't know who this person is. You could say he's a second-class citizen in my mind.
May have been 4th class. Head kick attempt missed by Jones. Also, shout out Julia Sweeney. Fantastic actress. Very talented. The It's Pat movie was terrible, though. But it gave Dave Foley some work, so I really don't have a problem with it.
Do you know, can I throw in very quickly, or do you need to move on?
Go.
What I have started watching and actually really love, and it took me 25 years to get here.
What?
Mr. Show.
Really? How the fuck did that happen?
Because Odenkirk is so good in the other stuff. I'm like, all right, I'll give you a chance. And I should have done that when I was 13.
That should have been a thing.
Really good. I'm
very
excited to watch the rest of it.
Raiden Thacker asking, where's Brendan? Brendan's actually rehearsing to play Stanley Kowalski in a version of Streetcar Named Desire.
It's the musical version.
Yes. It is very much, yes. New Orleans. something.
New Orleans.
That's
Want to go to hell? You should take a trip to the Sodom and Gomorrah on the Mississippi, New Orleans.
You've watched that show too much. I've known you 9 years.
There is no such thing.
Not years? Time?
What?
You said there's no such thing.
As watching too much of The Simpsons, there's no such thing.
Garbrandt landing 68% of his significant strikes. Jones landing 18% of his strikes. So good to see Cody Garbrandt having fun inside the octagon in what just seems to be a not so fun display for Jones. Raiden Thacker, is that real? Brendan being in A Streetcar Named Desire? Yes. The musical version, sadly not real.
Stop lying. It's very real. Don't put out fake news like that. It's very real.
Yes, we're going to be premiering on Rumble soon with the use of fake news. Shout out to Stanley Franklin. Greetings, the house, yo. Indeed, the house. We are the house. Yo soy la casa. Fun fact, Andrew had to buy this from a Spanish radio station. Before this, we were going to be named Metal Hombre. I'm just grasping straws here. Minute 08 left to go. This is the weird part of like doing these streams at the end of a long week. It's just like, I'm excited to talk to y'all. I'm excited to know what you're drinking, what you're sipping on, what you're imbibing on a Saturday night as Jones takes down Garbrandt with 50 seconds left to go. And yes, I can hear you, Matt. You just got to speak up a little louder. You're very low.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. How are you doing, bud? How you're watching the XFL? Why?
Yeah, I'm watching the XFL because myself and Jonathan Risk, one of the other producers for Mad Men, are doing an XFL podcast. So we are doing it. It's actually not terrible. It's interesting. It's got a lot of interesting things that go with it. It's cool.
There's a lot of fun stuff about the XFL. I'm just joshing because the best and longest running spring football league, the American Sevens Football League, will be launching on March 26th, and I'm the voice of the A7FL, so gang, gang.
There you go. Very clever. Very clever.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Touche.
But we are getting towards the top of the hour. That's MG Geek, the voice you just heard. Stephanie Sotilli on the other side of the metaphorical glass. The Professor and Olive the Fat Baby in the Fat Baby penalty box. I'm your host, Matt Ryan, and I'll be calling all the fights for you here tonight. Let me know what you're drinking. Let me know what you're eating. Let me know if you're on the road, at home, how you're watching, whether you're watching or just listening. I want to know how you're doing. How you doing? Steph, what would happen if I just started talking like Wendy Williams?
Wasn't there that terrible movie that's on Amazon Prime?
It's a Lifetime movie. Yeah, there's a Wendy Williams Lifetime movie.
No, I meant LaQuisha.
Oh, LaQuisha. Oh,
that
yeah.
movie.
That's something different.
Where that white radio DJ pretends to be an African-American woman.
Yeah.
I don't know. We still have to watch it.
It's also known as the Anthony Cumia story.
Anti-Cumia?
Anti-Cumia, yeah.
Not Anthony. Anti-Cumia.
Different person altogether. Double guns.
Everybody's got an anti-Cumia story.
I ejected so hard on that. I'm very tired. I'm not ribbing when I say it's been a long fucking week. Got Jeremiah Aradnas in the chat. New York steak and brown rice. Ooh. Treating yourself a little bit there with the steak. The brown rice, smart, respectful, fair. Cody Garbrandt gets the win by unanimous decision, and that means that the prelims are over. It's time to watch Jon Jones picogram himself to another world title. UFC 285 starts in about 12 minutes when the intros and all the other bullshit are out of the way. If you're just joining us, I'm Matt Ryan. Hi, how are you? I've got a mustache now. Every few months, I get a wild hair to like trim my beard, and I always fuck it up.
That only started right after lockdown, if you remember.
Yes, because I was able to go get my beard trimmed at the barber. There was a period of time.
You cut it yourself, if you remember. In lockdown, in the old apartments, I helped you shave down the thing to where it was just a mustache.
Yes, you did. Yes, the mustache was there for a reason, but this mustache was not purposeful. It was me trimming my beard and getting a little uneven. I'm just like, fuck it. I'm just going to have the mustache. And I made it a handlebar mustache because blackjack's forever. Marathon Refrigeration has cheese, crackers, pitas, and water. So it's a nice, it's not a, you can have beer and wine or beer wine, as you wrote. But Toker 88 in the house. Cheese, crackers, and pita's not bad. That's a fun time. It's a nice little cheese plate. Like, what cheese goes well with a pita? Like, every cracker goes well with cheese, but I think you can't put like
I find that offensive.
Why do I call these Joey style now? Well, my coworker and friend Brendan Silkler, we both have what you would call unfair schedules because we do it to ourselves. Brendan and I also have a wrestling event tomorrow, and one of us should get a full night's sleep. Which one of us will get that full night's sleep? We're going to find out. Raiden Thacker saying blue cheese goes well on pita. It's a fair one. Second-class citizen with a compliment. What? The mustache is awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you, Schnickel Fritz. Take a look. Who you got tonight? Well, I got Bo Nickal in the opener. I made my pick for the main event, and the way to get my picks early and kind of get all the brain thoughts that I give to you in the first 15 minutes out of the way is to go to patreon.com/Dan A. White. That's patreon.com/Dan A. White. Stephen Kelleher dabbing and puffing. Well, every once in a while someone's got a cough. So Stephen Kelleher picking Bo Nickal, the Bullet. And Nickal, his nickname is the Alien Assassin. It's an interesting... Or is it the Allen Assassin? Because
he only assassinates people named Allen.
Or with the last name Allen.
Okay. If he is an alien assassin, my question still stands.
Fair enough.
Only assassinate aliens.
He just plays that game, Destroy All Humans, all the time. Stanley Franklin, water cheese, it's Reese's Cup, Idaho represents.
Was that meant to be a sentence?
I think that was a Tom Waits lyric. Water cheese, it's Reese's Cup, Idaho represents. Oh, cheese its. Not cheese
it's Reese's Cup, Idaho.
Is that a haiku?
No, it is not.
Thank you. Poetry expert Stephanie Sotilli will be figuring out if they're haikus, acrostics, or poems all throughout the broadcast.
It's more of a Bo Moo.
What fight aside from the top two? Which of the first three fights are the ones you're most excited for, guys? Because Geoff Neal and Rakhmonov is an interesting one. Bo Nickal and Jamie Pickett kind of feels like a tomato can fight. Like it's a feature fight for Bo Nickal. It's the Sugar Sean O'Malley situation, and we are at the top of the hour. We're 4 minutes in, by the way. The open of the show took 4 minutes. I will never understand why they pad for time so much on these. You're starting your main card at 7 o'clock Vegas time. It's 10 o'clock here in the East Coast. Can you not be dicks and just kind of get the first fight into the octagon already? During the prelims, it's a fucking rototiller. It's like Disney World after someone dies on It's a Small World. There's like, hose it down, keep it fucking moving. Geoff Neal missed weight by 5 pounds. Jesus Christ. That's fucked. Also, if that's true, my prep is fucked. But, they're doing motion graphics now. And the commentary team, if you wanted to pay $80 tonight, it is John Anik, Joe Rogan, and Daniel Cormier. John Anik looking very This Island Earth with his head vein tonight.
It's an exploration into how many types of bald men there are.
It is just the world of bald. You've got your bald and bearded, your bald and gorilla-like, and then you have Daniel Cormier, who's just a very sweet boy. Shout out Steven Caroso. Let's get this party started. Good to see you again, Matt. Bring it on home.
You probably say, I'm sorry, but you say that he's a very sweet boy, because if you didn't, he could squash you like a grape.
Well, he was very nice when I interviewed him when he fought Derek Lewis at the Garden. He answered my question. He was very cool. Faux Sushi is here.
Faux Sushi!
Stephanie Sotilli's favorite YouTube person.
It's my favorite name ever.
Marathon Refrigeration looking forward to the Ian Gary fight. I'm not bald. He shaves his head. Now we're understanding who he is, what he looks like. Are you John Anik? Hold on. Sir, you're talking right now. Are you typing with your mind? Oh shit! If he is one of those people from this island Earth,
there is some telepathy there.
Shout out to PJ Simpson donating $20 to the cause. That's where you say the sound, Steph.
Yeah, I'm doing my other job and thanking them personally.
It's money, ain't it? I already forgot what it was.
The sound was. I don't think they like it very much, so that only means I'm gonna do it more.
Yeah. It's not like we do that with every bit on this show. Great article, Matt. I need over 3.5 rounds for the main. Hope the ghost can stick around. That's right. If you take a look at my article, and PJ Simpson under his government name now. He used to be under a pseudonym, but shout out to PJ donating $20 to the cause. And 3.5 rounds. Yeah, I wrote about this on Patreon, patreon.com/Dan A. White. That's patreon.com/Dan A. White. This is going to be the ghost of Jon Jones. This week is a weird week for me because yesterday was the birthday of a dear friend who is dead, and on the 10th is the birthday of another dear friend who is also dead. They died in the same hospital in the same month, a few years apart.
Yes, the curse of August.
The curse.
Well, that's terrible.
Very terrible.
I very much misread Stanley Franken's
I did
comment.
too.
I'm like, sir, we're both adults.
Yes. And also, like, we've been roommates and friends.
There's no grooming here. And also, I didn't groom him. I filmed him.
Yes.
Wait a second. No, never mind. This is getting worse. I filmed him. I made a compilation of him in our bathroom. Hold on. I'm going to start that over.
All right, I'm going to veer you out of the ditch there, Steph. It's time to play everybody's favorite game. What time do these fucking fights start? That's right. We are going to get... I think, Steph, you won last time. So you get to pick first.
I mean, it's between us two. So.
Yes, well, we've also got MG, and we also have the chat. So, Steph, you get to go first. What time will the first fight walk out to the octagon, and how many people will walk out with the fighter?
Let's go at 10:15.
10:15.
3.
10:15 and 3. What about you, MG?
I'm going to go 10:21.
10:21. Wow, way over.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hey, I try. I probably did
playing closest to the hole here, playing some prices right.
Yes. And I'm going to say 4.
All right, I'm going to go 10:17, and I'm going to go 2. In the chat, Brian saying 8:16. That must mean he is in the Mountain Time Zone. Trigger D 7:14. Brian 10:16 and 3. Faux Sushi with me at 10:17. And Stephen Kelleher saying straight cash homie in the chat. Raiden Thacker 10:16. 2 people. Toker 88 10:17. Second Class Citizen 10:17 saying 3 people. Trigger D is going to drink a double for every pick of his that hit. Every show, Trigger D does something that makes me worry about him.
I mean, he's just saying he's doing it. There's no proof.
Well, I like to think the sweeties, stick to their word. Because all of you watching right now are sweeties. You are our sweeties, and we love our sweeties. And Marathon Refrigeration saying 10:17, 3 fighters. Toker 88 saying 3 people will walk out. Stephen Kelleher, they aren't coming out. But they need to let the world know that they have to let it show.
Also, good for them.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Love is love. Young Ed saying 10:18. Also, fun fact. Oh, yes. PJ donated $20. He gets to pick a song, right, Steph?
Yes, but even if you don't know it, you have to make it up.
Yes. The underdog parlay plus 150 for Ciryl Gane against Jon Jones. That's weird that he's the underdog in that. Plus 600 for Alexa Grasso against Valentina Shevchenko. Jamie Pickett, plus 1,000 against Bo Nickal. $100 payout, Steph, gets you $19,150. I'm going to go to DraftKings right now. No, I'm not going to do that. Trigger D, he says he's honorable. Can't post pics in the chat, but I've got a bottle of Jameson. Okay, so here's what you're going to do, Trigger D. You're going to tag at Steph Sotilli, at Matt Ryan Yells on Twitter with that bottle of Jameson, and then Steph will believe you.
And hold up a newspaper with today's date.
Or you watching us on YouTube.
Yes.
Toker 88, plus one. Yeah, plus 1,000. My man's is plus 1,000. You know who also is plus 1,000? Bryan Danielson tomorrow against MJF in the Iron Man match. Good Lord, that's a lot of money. Also, Jameson, same C. Shout out to Young Ed, everybody in the chat. Yeah, if you do a double of JMO for every fight, I hope you lose every fight, because that's a lot of pain and
unless he is 7 feet tall and 400 pounds.
Andre the Giant?
Sure. I looked up who the tallest wrestler was the other day. It was El Gigante.
El Gigante, yeah.
Yes.
Shout out Giant Gonzalez.
8 feet tall.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
There's a guy in the WWE now, Omos, who's 7'8".
I looked up, it was 7'4".
I think he's 7'6".
I looked it up.
7'8"?
Oh.
Might be
MG saying
7'4".
7'6". Steph
Oh.
saying
I think it's
7'4".
I don't know. Then complain to Mr. Google.
Dear Mr. Google, stop. Trigger D, you can go to Steph Sotilli on IG.
Yeah, or God's Unwanted Daughter.
Yeah, that one as well.
That's my brand. It's very uplifting.
You're a parade of sunshine and hope, my dear.
I'm currently lying on the floor because my back hurts so much. So, it's a good day for me.
Yeah. It's been a time here at the ranch.
Hey, dude.
But we're glad to be here with you. We are the punchiest people in the state that we live in. Trigger D saying, give or take 2 feet and 250 pounds. We got 50 people in the chat. What's the fuck is going on? Shevlendez, the goat. Oh, Lord Trigger, you are a delight every time. Valentina Shevlendez. I forget the impetus of that running joke, but I know that it's a running joke every show. Also, can I comment, Steph, how fucking ridiculous it is that almost all of our active viewers from the last place, which got bought, I think.
What were you saying?
That they took the ride with us here mainly because, well, there's nothing over there now.
I think it's lovely because everything in life is so fleeting. It's nice to know that there's some constants.
Every time you lay on that floor, you get a lot of ennui.
Because I hate that I'm in pain.
That's fair.
I can't read the chat at the moment. I will get up in a few minutes. But who has tips?
You can go over to the window. If you go over to the windowsill right now, there's something over there.
There is a tip on the windowsill in the ashtray. That is correct.
Alberta Grasso from Young Ed. Good old Alberta Grasso. The pride of Calgary. We watched at the house last week Final Sacrifice, the Mystery Science Theater version. And
Fast hour.
it gives you an appreciation for Canadian filmmaking and also the fullbacks of the Miami Dolphin perfect team.
And I still don't know who Larry Zonka is.
He is a Hall of Fame football player. He played in the World League.
But that wasn't a photo of him. That was supposed to be of Troy's dad.
That was Troy's dad, yes. Shout out to Toker88. I'm the draw, it seems. Well, that's nice of you. You can find a lot of other fat mustachioed men to yell on the internet, but I'm glad you've picked me. Mikey Santellan seconding that. We are in the video package now for Jamie Pickett versus Bo Nickal. Nickal is 3-0, 6'1", 185 pounds, 75-inch reach. He'll be going up against Pickett, who is lost all but two of his UFC fights since joining the UFC. His last fight was in September. He has lost his last two fights.
I got a good technical Look at that.
And shout out to Stanley Franklin. Yeah, share this on social media. Send it across to whomever you know, whomever you like. And yeah, we've got that right there on the screen for you. You got the significant strike accuracy, 70% for Nickal, 52.01. Also, 10-16. Closest to the hole, motherfucker. And what?
That'd be both of us. I said 15.
No, you went over. If it goes over.
I said
Price is Right rules.
Okay, but you just said closest. And
closest without going over. That's Price is Right rules.
Wait, so then that would still be me, because you went over with 17.
No, it's 10-16.
Yeah, I said 15.
10-15. That's over. That's over the time. 10.
What? 10-15 is before
like
10-16.
When on Price is Right, if you say 98 cents and it's $1,
you went. How is? Can somebody help me here? 10-15 is less than 10-16.
It's past the time. It's supposed to be 10-15 and under. 10-16 and under. It went over. It's past that time.
Okay, I guess.
You've watched Price is Right.
I don't know. Yeah, but I was sick and like 7 years old. I wasn't fucking taking any of that in.
And you were looking at it, and we all know that Bob Barker was daddy. But.
Ew. Maybe in Happy Gilmore, but not then.
Taking a look here, both Southpaw for both.
I thought when you went over, you lost.
Yes, you went over. I went under. That's what that means. Closest to the hole without going over. You went over.
I didn't go over.
It's like when you play blackjack. You hit 21, you win. You hit 22, you lose. That's how that works. It's how it always has worked since the idea of time. Steph, you should have a message on Instagram.
Oh, Jesus.
It better not be a dick.
I know.
I'm saying that now.
Random
if it's
sending
a dick,
me messages.
I'm very upset, especially if it's big.
Wow.
I've had somebody message me, a stranger, to ask, hey, I will give you $8,000 to send me photos. And it was a really hard no.
Were they supposed to be nude photos?
I would assume. Yeah, who knows?
Was there proof of currency? Like,
I could have
just kayfabe the fuck out of this.
I could have just sent him photos of fruit.
Young Ed, who you got?
Idea.
Can't pick both tonight. I made a pick. It's at patreon.com/Dan8White. As always, I give you a pick before each fight because that's called front selling, baby. Get them to the quarter hour. Burt Nicholas.
Mm-hmm. We're already off the rails.
Oh, we were off the rails when you said go. It's been fucked from Jump Street, buddy. We just don't care here. I don't have corporate overlord.
The photo is not of a dick, although your profile photo very much frightens me. What is that? Also, The Expendables. Okay. I was trying to analyze this photo.
It is weird that people are watching me on their televisions right now. It's very disturbing.
I should inform the professor that a man sent me a photo.
Oh, professor! What? Be sure to hit the like button, ring the notification bell, and if you want to send us some cash, you go to the super chat, you hit the $sign button. Shout out to Andrew Gatfield. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape. Bo Nickal 27, Pickett 34, Pickett with an 80-inch reach, Nickal 76, Pickett with the height and weight advantage 6'2" to 6'1", 186 to 185.5. But also Bo Nickal is undefeated. This is his first fight on a pay-per-view. This is going to be interesting. Will this kid be put to the slaughter, or will he have a massive knockout? And again, the jacket for Bruce Buffer. Mwah, it looks like... Oh, why can't I? Yeah, no, the Grand Prospect Hall for New Yorkers. It was this hall by my house growing up that they had the most obnoxious commercials on television. And SNL did a sketch weirdly about it, like in the last few years. And it just looks like that. Any catering hall in the world, that's what it looks like. And yeah, up close and personal tonight. I am really zoomed in. I'm going to zoom out a little bit.
No,
how's that,
exactly
Matt?
The opposite. No, that's exactly the opposite.
Okay. How's that? Enhance.
Little
Enhance.
better. There. One more. That's one more each. That's good. I'm okay with that. I can work with that a little more.
Steve, and also Bo Nickal is my pick for this fight. Michael Dalton asking who won. No one's won yet. But if you want to take a look throughout the night, Steph will be updating the prelim and main card results, thanks to our friends on the internet. We can see the whites of your eyes. Good. I want you to see them. Look deep into my soul. I can't do this all night because I can't see the fights without my glasses. He can't see without his glasses! We're in our 30s.
Yeah, that's exactly why we know that reference.
Fair enough.
Also, I'm glad they're white. If they were yellow, you'd have jaundice.
That's true. And it's time for the first fight of the night, brought to you by Catalyst Wrestling. Go to catalystwrestling.com. I'm kidding. It's brought by no one. Nickal and Pickett both charge into the center of the octagon. I'm Matt Ryan, joined by Stephanie Sotilli. The professor and the fat baby are in the fat baby penalty box, and Nickal tried to go for a head kick and slipped on his heel. He fucking slipped on the banana peel, and now Pickett pressed up against the fence after trying to secure a takedown. How? How, brother? How? Dear sweet Batman, and now pressed up against the fence. Nickal, looking like the child from Deliverance, tries to go for a hip toss, now trying to pull the choke, trying to get that bulldog, that standing guillotine, pardon me, and he's trying to lock it in now on his knees. In the Luther Campbell position is Pickett with that choke on there. Pickett tried to switch around, takes the back. Tries to backpack him and does. Rolls into the RNC. Nickal, a freestyle wrestler, trying to secure the submission here in under 2 minutes. Trying to get under the jaw. Pickett turning his head into his shoulder to ensure he couldn't get under. But now going the opposite way is Nickal. He's trying to lock in the submission. Trying to get underneath the chin. Pickett, the light is fading out of his eyes. You can see him stress and strain. He is fluttering. He is trying to fight out of this. He is trying to hold on to his arm for dear life to avoid going underneath the neck. Nickal trying to do everything he can to make Pickett tap out. 3:21 left to go in round number 1. Now he's got it underneath the chin, trying to hold on, latching around holding his arms as Pickett, trying to keep that grip strength to try to keep that submission from being fully locked in. Underneath the shoulder on his side now, and you can see the light fading from the eyes of Pickett. He has given up that attempt. He is just on his back now, trying to push off the knee, trying to push off the leg of Pickett. He's got it grapevined around his left leg. In half guard now, and Pickett once again interlocking his hand around the forearm to make sure that Nickal can't get completely underneath his chin, trying to push out of of half guard. Weird variation of side control and half guard. 2:25 left to go. Now Nickal trying to posture up, move into full mount. Still working on that arm, working on that shoulder. And looked like he tapped for a second, but Pickett was trying to push off, and that's it. It's over. He was trying to find a way to tap out, and Bo Nickal in round 1, his first UFC pay-per-view fight, gets it done in under 5 minutes. He'll go to 4-0. Well, Trigger D, if you got a win, good for you, buddy. Because, wow, that was impressive. Nickal ended up slipping, going ass over tea kettle onto the floor. And then after Pickett tried to shoot the takedown, which going up against a guy like him, going up against a freestyle wrestler who fights out of American Top Team with a BJJ blue belt. Oh, yeah, I'm going to try to take down the NCAA Division I wrestler with a BJJ blue belt. And then just slipped and worked it. It was like watching a Luthez match. He's just working the hold, go home. Like, that's exactly what it was. It was like if Dangada was patiently waiting and squeezing. That was an accurate representation, I think. Shout out to Trigger D getting that. He's going to get a double. PJ Simpson minus 1,800 got steamed to hell. Stanley Franklin, yeah, good thing you didn't get, yeah, good thing that bet didn't get locked. Oh, he looks like the youngest. He looks like a combination of the youngest and middle brother from Malcolm in the Middle. Like in the face with the hair. Also, Andy Dalton. Looks like a violent Andy Dalton. Oh, Steph, they're doing another Roadhouse.
How many have there been so far?
Just the one.
Oh, that seems like a good amount.
But you know who's playing the Patrick Swayze role?
No.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, okay.
He plays an MMA fighter who gets kicked out of the UFC. They filmed the scene before the fights tonight.
All right, well, Team Taylor.
Good to see Raphael. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Joe Rogan.
I got a chuckle out of that.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you.
He's like a garden gnome, but without like any of the accoutrement, like the beard and the hat.
Yeah, he would have been great in Above the Hedge if it was not in. Oh, was it? Oh no, that was the one with the animals. What was the gnome one? There was a gnome one.
David the Gnome.
That was what it was. Oh wait, was that the one? Wait, no.
Gnomeo and Juliet.
Yes, that's what it was.
Okay.
Tom Bosley played a gnome in a cartoon once, didn't he? Why do I know this? I have no reason to know this. Absolutely none. Trigger D, explain the Melendez joke. The Melendez joke comes from Reebok messing up her fight kit and writing Gilbert Melendez, coupled with that one time accidentally called Glover Gilbert when he fought Jan or Yin. Or Yidi. Yeah. Every once in a while, I will straight up fuck up a name because I'm either tired, or just can't see. I misread something, which is always fun. Ironic that Trojan's a sponsor for the UFC because the fighters get fucked on seeing any of that money. Yeah,
Jeez, that was terrible.
There's Bilal Muhammad in the crowd with a shirt that I would want, but I could never pull off. There's Yuri Prochazka, former UFC light heavyweight champion. Jamal Hill, the current UFC light heavyweight champion. There's Michael Bisping and his wife. I would just randomly, if like in the middle of that, they just cut to Pauly Shore. No reason. I would see that happening. Who's the one person once in a while? Yes, Ed, I fuck it up a lot. When you're doing this and doing it very fast and you're looking at things very quickly and you're very tired because it's 1 o'clock in the fucking morning, I will get it wrong. Also, I'm glad someone keeps up with the lore on this show. How this show has lore is beyond me. Also, that is a sad locker. Like, it is very weird how they set up these fighters inside the arenas. They give them like these little rolly lockers. This feels like just equipment cases they take from town to town. Dijon Stovall, no surprise, but still entertaining. Yeah, that fight was pretty fun for how quick and very focused it was. We're moving on here on the card here tonight. Our next fight is Jalin Turner versus Mateusz Gamrot. Gamrot 21-2-1. Jalin Turner 13-5. Trigger D, this is my favorite show. Like, in general? Like, Abbott Elementary, Mr. Show, Bluey.
Handmaid's Tale?
Handmaid's Tale. The West Wing. Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip.
Cheers.
The Tortellis. Frasier.
You still need a song to sing.
Oh, yeah. PJ's got to suggest a song because he donated $20. Unless he wants to bequeath that song singing choice to somebody else. Trigger D picking Turner by knockout. Yeah, I like that too. I like that one. Best show on the internet. Wow. So we're beating out Joe Rogan, Chat Roulette, Let's see here. InfoWars, obviously.
Shoe on head.
Shoe on. Well, yeah. Well, that's not a. Is that a show? Would you consider?
It's a channel.
It's a channel, but it's not necessarily a show.
Hell World.
That's a series. Yeah.
Her Hell World.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Stephen Kelleher saying Gamrot by sub. I believe he means mission, not sandwich, or
Marine.
Yes, not marine or missive. Trigger D making an excellent point. Everybody, this chat is like the cast from Cheers. We're all cool as fuck, and there's just a little malign depression and alcoholism that just kind of covers us like a thin sheet. Did I bring the room down? I felt like I
don't know. I've never seen Cheers.
You've never seen Cheers?
No. That was going to be the next one after MASH, but MASH took a lot out of me.
Yeah. MASH is a motherfucker of a show. Seeing Jon Jones at heavyweight's interesting. Like, it's just... seeing him with the extra weight is just jarring to look at.
He never did actually fight at heavyweight, did he?
No, this is his first fight ever at heavyweight. Ever.
I know they teased the Brock Lesnar thing, and then he had all his trouble, like, the day... It seemed like the day after.
Pretty much, yeah. No, that was with also with DC too. That happened with Cormier too.
Like twice, didn't it? Like 2 different times.
Once
they scheduled the fight and then
no, they never scheduled the fight.
Okay. I know he got arrested once, and then he got popped a couple of different times.
Yep.
And then they teased that Lesnar thing, and
Pickett Jones, baby.
Then just about like a couple weeks later, he popped again for something.
Yep.
At least that's how I remember it.
Also, Trigger saying that was a fire analogy. Never listened to the MASH theme song with lyrics, by the way. Well, hard to not, because we've seen the movie, which has the lyrics, and
too fucking late. Already did that a few days ago because I was, and I actually sang the real version when I was in a show a year ago.
Yes, I was gonna.
We had to sing the lyrics to MASH, and it does bum you the fuck out.
Yep. It is sad as fuck. Beautiful
but the play
song.
I was in was very sad. It was about unions. So it was appropriate.
Workers of the world unite! Oh, sorry, I'm not supposed to say that out loud.
Not with my window open.
You know by the mustache already. Come on. Shout out to everybody watching. Young Ed, we put the fun in dysfunction. That's fair. Is that the tagline for this show? Is that what we're doing?
I think the Impractical Jokers have that already.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shout out to them.
Didn't know.
Hey, Kafeba.
Yeah, exactly.
Let us know who you think is going to win the next fight. We're in the video package right now for Gamrot Turner, which also just sounds like a Manhattan Beach, Brooklyn law firm. Come to Gamrot and Turner. We will get you off DUI, car crash, even tax evasion. 1-800-LAW-GOOD. That's 1-800-LAW-GOOD. Megan O'Leary wearing a T-Mobile pink suit tonight. Megan O'Leary's very good. I really enjoy her work, even though most of the time when we're doing these, I can't listen to this at all because then we would be taking off the internet because Dana White's a dick. But here comes Jalin Turner making his walk to the octagon, 13-5, standing at 6'3", 155 pounds with a 77-inch reach, a BJJ brown belt. He's 113. He's knocked out 9, submitted 4, 5 losses inside the octagon, knocked out 3, decisioned twice. Winner of his last 5, all by knockout or submission. His last loss was at UFC 236 in 2019, back when we were on ESPN MMA, even not knowing when we were on MMA Mania, to Matt Frivola. And also the last time, Steph, he was past the second round, which is jarring to think of. Like, he's won in 5 fights and none of them went past round 2. Guerrilla Productions, what happened to you guys being on Combat Culture? I was looking for you guys over there. Well, it's been an interesting couple of months over there, so we decided to move. We're here now. We like it here. And I can pretty much do whatever the fuck I want.
I don't bite.
Yeah. MG's just like, do you, pal. Raiden Thacker donating $19.99 to the cause. That's $19.99 to the cause. That means...
It's money, ain't it?
One more time.
It's dollars, ain't it? It's going to change every time.
That's fine. I don't know.
$20 it does.
Yeah, it's $19.99. That counts for a song, right?
I would say so. So we have 2 people that need to give you songs.
Yeah.
So that you can sing them.
Yeah, so PJ and Raiden, if you want me to do those in between the rounds of this fight, just pick the songs and we'll do them. Or before the start of the fight. We got Turner inside the octagon. Steven, I don't know if he's that good. He's that effective. Gamrot coming off a loss to Beneil Dariush. His last win was against Arman Tsarukyan back in 2022. Shout out to Gorilla Productions for subscribing. If I Were a Boy by Beyonce.
And even if you don't know it, you have to make it up.
All right, well, I'll do it now. If I were a boy chick, a la da dee da 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 dee da 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 da. If I were a boy, I would have toys. If I were a boy, I would be a joy. I don't know. It sounded like...
It's good. That's actually the only song Beyonce ever wrote on her own.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. Did it win a Grammy?
No.
A Cable Ace Award?
She composed it, though.
Oh.
This is so accurate.
I don't think I've listened to any new Beyonce since the Surfboard album. Lemonade? Was that Lemonade? Or
the Surfboard
album? The one that had Surfboard on it.
You couldn't even sound more like a dork.
I'm a white man in my mid-30s.
Surfboard album.
My favorite band's The Mountain Goats or Warren Zevon.
Her and her husband Jay-Z. Who's that guy?
Hey, don't be talking about Jigga like that. When it comes to hip-hop, I'm kind of current.
I think Jay-Z is a perfectly fine nickname.
Mm. Neal before Jay-Z? Young Ed, Matt, see you at the synagogue in the AM. I'm not, but thank you. We'll do the tail of the tape. Gamrot 32, Turner 27. Gamrot 5'10, Jalin Turner 6'3. Oh, that's not good. Gamrot 156, Turner 155. 77-inch reach to a 7.5-inch reach. Gamrot is the minus 215 favorite. Jalin Turner, the plus 185 underdog. I like that underdog money, though. I like that underdog money. PJ Simpson, yep, anything Fiddler on the Roofie is good by me. Now, do you mean Fiddler on the Roof? Or
no, you have to make up a song called
the
Fiddler,
Max Hardcore movie
Fiddler
on the Roofie. If I were a rich man, I'd drop a drink in their glass.
All right. No, please don't get sued. I feel like someone's going to get angry at you.
Oh, everyone would. Everybody's already angry at me. There's Gamrot's family, I think.
I'm going to try to put the tail of the tape up for you in between
rounds. Yeah, we got the tail of the tape there on the screen.
And then in between
both
rounds.
Of them south. Both of them southpaws here.
Also, Olive wants you to sing the Meow Mix song for irony.
Well, she owes me $20. Where's my $20? Run me my 20, Olive, and I will sing the Meow Mix song.
Where is my money? Why aren't you going to get me the money?
Mark Smith, your referee for our second fight of the main card. And if you like how I am here, join me on the A7FL starting March 26th at a7fl.tv. That's a7fl.tv. Here we go at round number 1. Both men step into the center of the octagon. Gamrot and Turner leading with their left hands. Pardon me, Turner leading with his right. Switching the stance. Circling around, 15 seconds gone by. Gamrot steps in with a right hand, doesn't fully land it. Back to the drawing board. You really see the difference in reach and height here. Turner, so lanky, can do so much with his limbs. Gamrot's very compact. He's going to have to try to find a way to stifle Turner. Stepping inside, Gamrot with a right hand. Turner two-piecing him out. Head kick attempt by Turner doesn't land. Tries to throw a straight right. And we'll move on here. 4:10 left to go in the opening round. Left hand thrown by Gamrot. Two-piece combo from Turner. Turner favoring that right hand. Tried to throw a right hook. Gamrot avoiding it and moving on here. Gamrot trying to go for a takedown. Turner punches his way out of that single leg attempt. 3:39 left in the round. Pacing around is Gamrot. Turner trying to keep pace and chase here with 3.5 minutes left to go. Body kick attempt missed by Turner. Stepped inside, starts with that right hand, gets the takedown, does Gamrot. Turner trying to pop his hips back up to a vertical base. Now trying to spin out to his side. Gamrot holding on for dear life. And now, in what you would call a reverse sapphire, Turner trying to pop his hips up and get Gamrot off of him. Now trying to spider walk to the fence, and he does. Gamrot holding around the thighs of Turner with under 3 minutes left to go. Wrapping the right arm around the back, pressing his head into Turner's chest. Is Gamrot with 2:45 left to go in the round. Turner with a right hand. Seated, needs to find a way to get up. Gamrot effectively controlling the lower half of Turner. Trying to push off the head is Jalin Turner, just trying to pop him off. But unable to here, 2:21 left to go in the round. Turner on one knee now, back up to a vertical base. Gamrot still holding on, this time around the midsection, pressing Turner up against the fence. Trying to hip toss his way out of it was Turner, but Gamrot still holding on here, still grabbing right around the rib cage, pressing Turner up against the fence. Right hands by Turner. Spins out of it, knee by Turner, quick combination, and he gets Gamrot off him finally. Just under 100 seconds left to go in the round. Right hand, Turner drops Gamrot. Gamrot now trying to spin out of it. Turner sitting on his neck, now trying to pull a submission. He's just seated on his shoulders. Gamrot in the Luther Campbell face down, ass up. And just holding on in like a weird crucifix. He's just holding on to him like a carbuncle. Minute left to go in the round. Now Gamrot in control. He's taking top position. Under a minute left to go. Gamrot trying to throw a right hand, deterred by Turner. 53 seconds left to go. Now at the 48-second mark, Gamrot trying to push up. Now at the fence is Turner. Turner's only bright spot of the round got quickly turned, and Gamrot landing 4 right hands to the face of Turner. Both men back up to a vertical base, but still pressing Turner up against the fence is Gamrot. 22 seconds left to go now. Left hand from Turner while he's still in this clinch. Turner trying to change his fortunes. He gets out of it. 15 seconds left to go in the round. Spinning head kick attempt by Turner does not land. 7 seconds left to go in the round. Turner got the knockdown. That might make it a closer round than it was, and we will go to round number 2. Stanley Franklin asking a good question. Should Jones lose the Bones nickname at 247? Interesting. I'm not sure about that. Thank you, Travis. That's very kind of you. Shout out to everyone watching with us in the chat. If you like what you see, like what you hear, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want more people to listen and you think this would be fun for you and your friends to hang out and give a listen to, send a link. Send it out to your group chat. Send it out to your friends. Send it out to that girl you like. If you want us to talk you up, you donate to the super chat, and me and Steph we'll make sure you don't look like an idiot. Ain't that right, Steph?
Yes, I'm being attacked by an adorable dog.
Aw.
So I don't want her to bark and interrupt you. So she gets my attention.
As she should. Beginning of round number 2. UFC 285 right here on Matt Men's YouTube channel. I'm Matt Ryan. MG Geek, our producer. Stephanie Sotilli on the other side of the metaphorical glass. I'm Matt Ryan. Andrew Gaffield, John Marrow Jones. That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that one. I'm a big fan of that. Standing in the center of the octagon, Turner with a body kick does not land. Gamrot getting out of the way, but he'll eat a right hand, does Gamrot, after trying to go in with a right of his own. Go for the takedown would be the smartest move. Head kick blocked by Gamrot. Turner trying to use his size and his reach to his advantage. Throws that right hand, Turner does not land. forward. 4:13 left to go. Not a lot doing yet. Missing with the left hand was Turner. Missing with the right hand now. Just trying to open up some combinations, trying to get into a rhythm. Left hand by Gamrot. And a slight kick by Turner. Turner lands a right hand. That one caught the jaw of Gamrot. That got him bouncing back a little bit, but Turner not so aggressive. Kick to the leg, trying to chop down the tree of the smaller man. Overhand left, missed by Turner. With the right hand now. Head kick attempt once again missed by Turner. Ooh, solid right hand from Gamrot. That right to the jaw, right to the side of the jaw. Kick to the body. Missed with the right hand by Turner after that kick from Gamrot. 3:16, what left to go in the round? Kick to the thigh by Gamrot. Left hand by Gamrot turns into a couple of strikes from Turner. Both men now in the center of the octagon. Kick to the thigh by Turner. Oh, and Gamrot gets caught with a right hand. Gets dropped to the ground again. And now Turner, head kick by Gamrot. Another takedown, another left. Both men throwing dynamite right hands. Quick combination by Turner. He's got to be more active here. He's got Gamrot literally on the run. 2.5 minutes left to go. Drop down now. Takedown attempt. Gamrot trying to lure Turner in. Both men back up to a standing base. Kick to the body. Left-right combination by Turner with that overhand right. Little bit of bleeding from the left side of the face of Gamrot. Fading with the knee. Head kick completely goes over Gamrot's head. Does a beautiful left hand from Gamrot into a quick flurry from Turner. Minute 56 left to go. Another right hand from Gamrot. Pace of this fight has picked up here. Even though it'll be stalls, walk and talk, bang. Takedown attempt. Gamrot gets down Turner, and Turner can try to wrap the legs around Gamrot. And now Turner in trouble. 90 seconds left to go. Trying to transition here and Gamrot just piling on the strikes, landing with impunity. Oh, the first time I did that tonight. Trigger D, some fire comments in the chat. Now going for a submission attempt is Turner. Turner gets out of it, eats a right hand for his trouble. Now trying to posture up. Holding on to that leg. is Gamrot just hooking his leg around the back of the thigh. 53 seconds left to go. Punches to the head, trying to posture up is Gamrot. 45 seconds left to go in the round. Young Ed broke me with that one. Fuck. 36 seconds left to go. Gamrot now landing shots to the head of Turner, who's still on the ground. Throwing heavy, throwing hard here. And just teeing off on Jalin Turner is Gamrot. Gamrot with 20 seconds just continuing to land shots about the face of Jalin Turner. 17 seconds now. Turner looking more and more lost like a child at the mall. Trying to find the anti-ans when there's 15 anti-ans. 5 seconds left to go in the round. Turner just trying to survive to round number 3. And for a guy with 2 knockdowns in a fight, Jalin Turner does look like a man who's getting his ass whooped. Stephen Kelleher. Let's run back some of these Cody Garbrandt. Cody was going to get a piece of iron tatted on his chin, but the tattoo artist knocked him out when he put the stencil on. Good job, Trigger. My goodness. Stanley Franklin saying side by side with Olive's stats in her photo. Gam, I like that. Raiden Thraki, you haven't won one. I can give round 1 to Turner, but oh my God, that right hand from Gamrot. Good God. And then both of these guys, when they've landed strikes in this fight, they have been landing strikes. It has been dangerous with the hands here so far tonight. Let me know who you think's winning this fight, whether you've bought the pay-per-view or watching the pay-per-view. If you're at a watch party with this in your headphones, yeah. And we will begin the third and final round. The UFC is about to turn 30. That's fucking nuts. How's it going there, Steph? And we begin the third round. Both men circling around the octagon. They give Turner only 1 knockdown. He's landed 42 thrown 42 of 85. Gamrot has landed 63 of 80. 19 to 31 on significant strikes. 29 to 72 for Turner. You can see it there on the screen. It did look like Turner was going to get the knockout towards the middle of round number 2. But for some reason wasn't able to get that going. Gamrot 3 for 5 on takedowns tonight. Another takedown attempt, and that will be 4 of 6 for Gamrot. Now another crab walk attempt by Turner as he tries to scoot himself like Olive on the carpet towards the fence. Trying to pop up here. Yeah, Trigger D, Gamrot has been, when he lands, he is landing smartly. And take a look at that cage control time, 4:01 to 32 seconds. That is an insane number. And young Ed, I'll explain later, but if you go to patreon.com/Dan A. White, I show you why I think someone's going to win the fight tonight. And it ain't Jon Jones. So, just putting that out there for you.
That's what we call a teaser in the business.
That's right, baby. Front selling. Keep you throughout the broadcast. And we're still where we are, folks. Gamrot has Turner up against the fence. Turner looking like a flamingo now. 1 leg arched upward. And now he just landed on Turner, or Gamrot just trust fell, holding on to him like they were in Point Break jumping out of the plane. And now Turner looking to go limp, like when the toys knew Andy was coming in Toy Story, and just trying to do anything to get Gamrot off of him. This man, Mateusz Gamrot, a fellow Polishman, with 2:37 left to go in the third round. Just pressed up against the fence is Jalin Turner. Turner looked good in moments of this fight, but statistically, and if this fight continues to go the way it does, I see Turner taking the loss here, at least 2 rounds to 1. Turner's still pressed up. He's asking for the referee to break it up. Mark Smith finally does, because there was just nothing doing there for a long period of time. Both men back into the center of the octagon. Head kick attempt blocked by Gamrot. Minute 48 left to go in the round. Gamrot pacing backwards now. Looking for any type of opening. Right-left combination. Caught him with the left. Blocked with the right. Another takedown attempt by Gamrot. And Turner lands on top of him. Uses that as a way to break out of it. And both men back up to a vertical base. Minute 23. If Turner wants to win this fight, he's got to get another knockdown or get the finish here. Johnny Bert Genendez might have an early night tonight. I would not surprise me, to be completely honest with you. Minute 5 left to go in the round. Kick attempt missed, and another takedown by Gamrot. Has that single leg, and now trying to hop out of it like Owen Hart and Inzaguri, and he does an Enzaniri! He did a shining fucking wizard! Jalin Turner hit a fucking wizard! 46 seconds left to go in the round. Goodness gracious. 39 seconds left to go, and now in some sort of yoga pose, Turner trying to avoid another takedown, landing shots on Gamrot. Right now, if this wasn't on pay-per-view and you saw two guys doing that, you'd have a lot of questions. But now into the reverse waist lock. Both men back up to a standing vertical base. And look like the stroke. Look like he hit Jeff Jarrett's finish. And now Gamrot trying to land strikes. 5 seconds. We're going to go to the scorecards here. And we will. And for me, I think Gamrot walking out of this with the unanimous decision victory. I think it's going to be 29-28. Because I think you can give Turner round 1. And you can see Turner, when he walked back to the corner looking dejected. Gamrot put on a performance tonight. And stifled. Yeah, well, if you have a guy BJJing the fuck out of your life for 15 minutes. Can you bring up that cage control time real quick? It popped that up on the screen. I want to see that.
What was it? Oh, the other screen?
Yeah, just bring up the stats.
Let's see if I can do it. There we go.
He held control of the fight. He held control of the cage and the ground for 6 minutes and 52 seconds. So for almost a round and a quarter, he controlled on the ground. He threw 12 takedown attempts. He only landed 4. That's a third. He landed a third of his takedown attempts, but still, on 4 takedowns, he controlled for 6 minutes and 52 seconds. That's impressive. That is pretty fucking impressive. And coming up next is Shavkat Rakhmonov going up against Geoff Neal. And then our 2 main events, Valentina Shevchenko defending against Alexa Grasso, and Jon Jones battling Ciryl Gane for the UFC Heavyweight Championship. Oh, Dvalishvili and Jan's a fight night? It's a fucking fight night? My goodness. Raiden Thacker boring. Yeah, there were moments in that fight that was fun, but let's get the official decision from Bruce Buffer.
Real quick, does Grasso have a chance?
Well, everybody's got a chance. It's 29-28. Oh, it's a split decision. 29-28, Turner 27. Oh, yeah. 30-27, one of the scores there. Gamrot getting the split decision victory, winning by split decision here tonight. Good for him. It wasn't the most entertaining victory, but a solid, and even though it's a split decision, in my opinion, a decisive victory for Gamrot. So 29-28 Gamrot, 29-28 Turner, 30-27 Gamrot. Won 5 of his last 6. I don't know if I'd give him a 30-27. Trigger, you're not drinking on that one, are you? Sorry, buddy. Sorry that one didn't hit for you. Let us know who you're picking, what your predictions are throughout the night. We've got 3 more fights with you. First hour done. We're already 2 fights in. That means by Tuesday we'll be done with this card.
That pretty much sums it up from Trigger D.
I think Shavkat is in his head for him to miss bat. Yeah, that weight miss. That's fucking terrible. He was 5 pounds over. That's an interesting one. 30-27 is just. Ugh. Yeah, Trigger D. Yeah, that's an effective answer there. I just yikes. Just yikes. Let us know your predictions in the chat. If you are joining us for the first time, hi, how are you? If you're joining us for the last time, I'm sorry.
We try.
Yeah, we do. We certainly try. I'm Matt Ryan. MG Geek is in my ear. And on the other side of the metaphorical glass is Stephanie Sotilla. You can follow her on Twitter at Steph Sotilla. You can follow MG at 2Fight Forever. You can follow me at Matt Ryan Yells. Trigger accepting all donations tonight. Throw up your Cash App. What's your Cash App handle? Trigger, so people can donate to you after getting kicked in the dick and balls on that last bet. So, which talking head said that? Giving up? Yeah, if you're that down bad to beat a dude, don't take the fight. Like you're gonna let 20% of your take get dropped. Like if you lose, you're trusting that. And there's a NASCAR guy. There's that at a party meme. Why are there so many NASCAR people at the fights? Oh God, Tom Brady. Tom Brady's jaw is sunken in. Does he not know how to interact like a human?
I mean, that's what happens when you don't eat tomatoes.
There's Ali Abdelaziz. And Bill Elder donating $5 for the cause. Thanks for another good show. Beats going bankrupt paying ESPN Plus in the UFC. I'd agree. $5, watching for free and tipping $5 is way more fun. This show is $80. $80. Like, the idea of pay-per-view in the year of 2023.
It's getting a little antiquated, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, I get it, but let's look at, the industry of pay-per-view right now is in such a weird place where no matter what, UFC is making money off these shows.
Oh, yeah.
They're getting essentially a guarantee from ESPN. Mm-hmm. And I'm assuming there's some sort of incentive. Trigger D saying, send money to the show, not me. Well, thank you. Well, please do so. Continue to do so. Never not give us money. That's the catchphrase of this show. Never not give us money. Can we get that on the Matt Men merch store?
We'll see what we can do.
Trigger D, smash that like button for good luck and kicks to the PP. Yeah, we've had no dick kicks tonight. We next show, Matt, we're gonna need in the bottom right hand corner a dick kick counter. Just right there in the bottom.
There will never not be enough.
I'll see what I can do.
Keep kicking in the dick.
I'll put it in the ticker at the top. It'll just say, it'll give the card the results and then dick kicks.
I like that. PJ Simpson, I added Neal and Gane on a DGen parlay at plus 23,900. Plus, Steph, that means if he bets $1, he gets $23,900.
Nice. Let's do that. What if he bets $2?
Well, then he and I can have a conversation about what we can do with that money.
What if he bets $3?
Nolan, I'm not gonna. You're a fan of the business. It's still real to you, damn it. But I can't read that. I can't read that because then we get in trouble. And then I get told, why don't you do that? Why do I have to pay for these? And then that's a conversation. Also, we do that so we don't have half the show me looking, where the fuck is it? 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 Because we had to do that for we ended up having to do that for the Logan Paul fight. Also, there's another UFC on March 18th between Leon Edwards and Kamaru Usman. Why are they doing two this month?
We had this discussion last time, and we had no idea.
We did. I'm excited that there's two fights this month, but why? Why are you doing this? Oh, it's 23-1. Sorry, 23-1. I'm a dumb baby. There's a reason why I do this for a living and not something important. Yeah, Leon Edwards with a wing and a prayer getting the knockdown, getting that win against Kamaru Usman in their second fight was so weird. Like that was one of our last, like one of the last couple of Combat Culture fights, and fuck, that was a wild fight. Adam, that's very funny. And if you look through the Combat Culture YouTube archives or the MMA Mania archives, you may have seen a certain GTA interpretation of that, shot and edited by yours truly. $10 to win, $2 2390. Yeah. Is that supposed to be a decimal point, or is that a comma? That's a decimal point on my screen. I don't know if it was a typo or not. That Edwards knockout was fucking ridiculous. That was in August of last year, and that will be March 18th right here. 5 Eastern. Nice. Fucking fantastic. An afternoon show. Justin Gaethje versus Fiziev. Ooh, that's a good one. The undercard for that one, not bad. Joanne Wood going up against Luana Carolina. Gunnar Nelson versus Daniel Rodriguez. Marvin Vettori versus Roman Dolidze. That's a good one. And it seems like we'll be going to Miami for Pereira Adesanya 2 on April 8th. Wow, the week after Mania? Thank God it's the week after Mania.
They're like 3 weeks intervals. Like, if you think about it, from this pay-per-view to the next one to the next one, 3-week intervals.
Yeah.
Weird.
Mm-hmm. Young Ed Kamaru got no legs left. I ain't got no legs! Yeah. Stanley, I highly doubt it because the stream's cut out all the time and Matt never skips a beat. That's true. Jan is minus 225. Jumping Jesus. Got your math skills at 1017. That's a funny one. It's a very funny one. I'm Matt Ryan, joined by Stephanie Sotilli, MG Geek. All of the fat baby is somewhere doing something. And very excited to be joining you again. We'll be back, as we just said, March 18th. Why is he wearing his fight shorts on the beach? I guess at that point, like once you're done fighting in them for the first time, you get to keep them. Like you just get to keep each fight kit. You don't wear them every time, I assume. It's not
also a little
kit fight after fight.
It's also a little jarring not to watch this with any sound.
Yeah.
But we have captionings on, so I look up and all I see is sepsis, dialysis, kidney failure. What the fuck am I watching?
Well, you're watching the commercial for Turner and Gamrot.
Like, what else is wrong with this guy? Jesus.
Do you have sepsis? Do you have infection? Is it because of hospital? Call 1-800-LAW-GOOD. That is 1-800-LAW-GOOD for Turner Gamrot. Uh-oh, Drake bet on Jon Jones. Oh, Ciryl Gane gonna win. The Drake curse is real. It's like Base God. It's like Base God, but sadder. Nothing on... No one knows about Base God? No one knows about Base God? Herbs. All you herbs. Young Head saying that's a good sign. But Shavkat Rakhmonov, his nickname is the Nomad, the Kazakh with a Master of Sports in Combat Sambo, has been fighting since 2014. He has knocked out 8. He has submitted 8. He has never gone to a decision. He has only been to the third round once in his career, and that was 5 years ago. I really, when there are fighters, when you're doing research, and you see fighters where they've fought like 20 fights. This guy's fought 16. And they've never gotten past, they've had a fight where it goes to the third round, or they haven't gotten past the second round in however long. You're like, how? Like that fight tonight with Jalin Turner, our last fight with Gamrot and Jalin Turner. How the hell do you not have fights like that happen? Like, what is it that you're able to do that ensures that no matter what you do, you know this fight's going to end, and it's going to end on your terms? Is it the quality opponent? Is the matchup? Is it the level of skill you have? There's just so many things that go into that, because any given fight night, we were just talking about Usman and Edwards. Kamaru Usman was winning that fight, but Leon Edwards came on at the last moment. And we're seeing Rakhmonov make his walk to the octagon. And Trigger D, Turner and Gamrot, make your problems go away, whether in the courtroom or not in the courtroom. Call 1-800-LAW-GOOD. Not a fan of that bit, Steph?
Listen, you've been doing it for a while, and I must have missed the explanation, and I'm too embarrassed to ask.
Gamrot and Turner, it sounds like a law firm on Manhattan Beach in Brooklyn.
Got it. Okay. I didn't know why you were doing Coco the Russian dog's voice.
Hello. Muhammad Ali was the greatest, took 3 years off and lost a step, but he was in his prime. Jones lost a step before he took 3 years off. That is an excellent fucking point. And also, during those 3 years, he wasn't doing some of the same things that Jon Jones did. Not that that makes you a bad person, but when you're trying to relearn how to fight. And also, boxing didn't speed run the way MMA has speed run the last 3 years. Tied for the second longest active win streak in the welterweight division at 4, 100% finish rate, one of 14 wheel kick knockouts in UFC history. He got his in February of last year against Harris. Shout out to Stephen Chapman. Long time. He's got Jones in 3. So not seeing championship rounds. Let us know your predictions. Also, these are my notes for tonight. These are all my Jon Jones notes. These are all my Ciryl Gane notes. Yes. Because I prep for these fights. There's one fight a page on here. I get each fight. I get all the pertinent stats that I never end up using.
Mm. But you're prepared, and yes. we like you for that.
Yes, it's not like I did this an hour before the show by just going to their Wikipedias and Sherdogs and just CNPing. Nope. Watch a lot of film, watch a lot of tape. I'm not going to lie to you.
I have a question for you while we wait for this fight to get started.
5, but it's thick.
Wow. So as our resident wrestling historian, where do you rate Roman Reigns' Dusty Rhodes impression? Did you hear it from last night? I have not watched SmackDown yet, so I have to get back to you on that. I have things like Catalyst Wrestling tomorrow night at the Bell House. You can get tickets at catalystwrestling.com on my plate, alongside the start of the A7FL season, which is getting closer and closer and closer, and it's slowly driving me mad. Raiden Thacker has Grasso parlayed with Jones, both Jones and Gane. So you've got faith in Alexa Grasso, or the rate is just so good. Jeff Neal, back-to-back win, 7-1 UFC knockdown ratio, 5th highest takedown defense in welterweight division history at 88%. Came in 5 pounds over yesterday. Looking a little haggard, looking a little off-kilter, doesn't seem excited to get in there, a little trepidatious maybe. I could be projecting that, but not even looking at his opponent while doing the circle around the octagon. Neal is a plus 380 underdog.
Rakhmonov is a minus 475 favorite. So that is not great. If you are Jeff Neal, you bet $1, you get 38 back on that. Trigger D pulling for hands of steel. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape. Rakhmonov 28, Neal 32. 5'11" to 6'1". Neal coming in at 175 pounds. Rakhmonov at limit, 171. 77-inch reach to 75. Gotta wonder how that weight... Now, obviously, Rakhmonov probably up to maybe around 175, 174 after the weigh-in yesterday. But gotta wonder how that's going to be. Wow, Rakhmonov has closed as a favorite in all 4 of his UFC fights. That is impressive. That is scary impressive. But when you take into account that, you take into account for the body language. Now, I don't mean to be Bill Simmons and act like I'm a body language expert, but Neal looking not too happy to be there. You can see his face is kind of resigned. Steph, am I wrong? Am I reading too much into the emotions on his face? Or the lack thereof?
I mean, he does kind of look cartoonish.
Yeah. Sorry, $3.80 at plus 380. So you get $1, you get 380 back.
So is he? I thought he was the one that weighed too much.
Yes. That's not a good thing.
No, I thought that just meant that they send you home.
No, they can agree. You can agree where you forfeit 20% of your purse to your opponent.
And if there's a title, you don't.
And if there's a title, the title won't be defended. You have championship weight is championship weight. So you have to be at 155 pounds or 170 pounds in this case. We begin round number 1. Neal with his back to the fence. Rakhmonov slowly getting inside. Head kick attempt by Rakhmonov. Now into a clinch. Rakhmonov trying to go for the takedown. Knee to the body. Neal changes the polarity, now pressing Rakhmonov against the fence. Rakhmonov, knee to the body. Neal pushes out again and pressing up Rakhmonov against the fence. Knee to the body, and Neal will peel out, missing with the left hand. Ooh, a solid left hand by Neal. Rakhmonov with a knee to the body. Neal missing with a kick to the body. Stepping in is Neal. He'll bounce back. Virginia Valley, yes. Oliveira lost his belt because he weighed over. You either get stripped, or if you're a challenger, you can't fight for the belt. If you're the champion and you do that, you automatically lose the belt and can't win it. The challenger can win it. 2 right hands from Rakhmonov, then a left. Kick to the body, missed by Neal. Overhand right by Neal gets stifled, and Rakhmonov lands a right of his own. Left combination into a knee attempt by Rakhmonov, now in a grapple. Trying to go for the takedown is Rakhmonov. Neal stops, but gets a knee to the body for his efforts. Now, trying to hook underneath the thigh. Swapped around now. Rakhmonov pressing Neal up against the fence. Now back to the center of the octagon. Pushing off was Rakhmonov. Neal keeping his hands high here after the flurry of strikes from Rakhmonov. He has 8 knockouts and 8 submissions. Missing with the left hand was Neal, missing with a right hook. Pardon me, an uppercut. Head kick landed by landed on Rakhmonov, but it didn't seem like it did much damage. Now into a Muay Thai clinch. Neal finds a way out of it. Left, right, lands only the left, not the right. Does Neal throws 2 straight lefts, a right hand, and Rakhmonov with 2 right hands. Missing with the overhand was Rakhmonov, eating 2 from Neal, a right and a left. Another right thrown by Neal, a knee to the body after a clinch attempt by Rakhmonov. Left hand by Neal, another left hand by Neal. 2:07 left to go. Missing with the overhand right. Looked like a bare swipe by Geoff Neal. 2 minutes remaining in our first round. Needed a body attempt blocked by Neal. Some swipes by Neal missed. Up to the right. No, behind me, that is Joan Rivers, not Hillary Clinton. No comment. Left-right combination. Tapping in the hands. 91 seconds. Rakhmonov with a head kick. Blocked by Neal. Steps in with a knee to the body. Another knee to the body. Neal will press Rakhmonov against the fence again. Under 90 seconds left to go. Minute 23 left to go in the round. Pressed up against the fence. That is Joan Rivers flipping the bird. And next to her, behind my head, is Lewis Black. 1 minute left to go in the round. Why would I have a photo of Queen Elizabeth in my home? I'm not a colonizer. Under a minute left to go. And they'll break from the fence, and I think we got his mouthpiece, Rakhmonov's mouthpiece fell out. He'll pop it back in, and they will go back to where they were, and they will fight. Right hand by Rakhmonov, and then misses with a heavy knee. Ducks under a left-hand attempt by Neal. Now Rakhmonov pressing Neal up against the fence. Thacker, he's going to lose 30%, not 20%. Pardon me. Right hands, and then Neal blocked by Neal. He lands a left hand. He'll eat a left-right for his own consumption. Both men back towards the center of the octagon. Rakhmonov trying to keep some pressure. Gane, a little bit later on in the Ciryl Gane jokes, the honey bunches of eye pokes, proper crispies are driving me nuts. That's the end of round number 1. And Geoff Neal might have a cut above his left eye by his left eyebrow. Interesting back and forth round. It can go either way, in my opinion. Neal looked good there, but there were moments where Rakhmonov was just putting on a ton of pressure. And how they come out of that one.
That last minute, I think Rakhmonov might have got it.
Yeah, if they're judging the last 60 seconds, it's Rakhmonov.
Might have put him over the edge.
Oof, yeah. Rakhmonov, when he landed, those were some motherfuckers of strikes. And Neal throwing, but it looked like they didn't hurt Rakhmonov. Like, there were some shots where he would throw some leather. And there's that head kick from Rakhmonov. Jesus, Mary Mother. Captain Nut. They're doing a serial comedy pyramid in the chat, and you love to see it. And here we go with the beginning of round number 2. Geoff Neal looking like the lieutenant who's tired of this shit. Ducks under and gives a left-right combination to the face of Rakhmonov. Picogram toast crunch. All trying to throw hands here. 4.5 minutes. Throwing that straight left is Rakhmonov. Another left hand. Kick to the thigh by Rakhmonov, avoiding a head kick and body kick attempt by Neal. 15 hits to the midsection, to the body by Rakhmonov. He has landed none to the legs, only one by Neal. 25-21 in terms of strikes to the head. Rakhmonov in control, knee to the body. Missing with the right hand. Kick to the body by Rakhmonov. Head kick attempt blocked. Trying to go for the Muay Thai clinch with Rakhmonov. Neal will stop him. Trying to hand grapple his way out of that. Trying to hand fight out of that. Now pressed up against the fence by Rakhmonov. Knee to the body by the Kazakh. 3:50 left to go. Pressed up against the fence. Fosushi making a good point. He wouldn't have tested positive under the current rules, but still, Taking the leg is Rakhmonov. Neal hopping on one foot, trying to avoid getting taken down. And Neal's been doing a good job so far of keeping himself on a vertical base. Rakhmonov slipping out of a couple of strikes there from Neal, but he'll eat a left hand in a kind of shadow boxery combination there. Neal not throwing as hard as you would think. He's kind of like a half pace behind. He's staying in the fight, but it doesn't seem like he's really there. He eats 3 left hands from Rakhmonov. 2:46 left to go. Kick to the body by Rakhmonov. He throws some solid lefts and rights. Throws another left hand, but Rakhmonov just smiles through it. 2:37 left to go in the round. Round 2 of 3, 170 pounds is it's the welterweight weight class. Neal came in 5 pounds over, giving up 30% of his purse. Forearm shots from Rakhmonov, and Neal throwing some punches to the face. Whew. The over and a half, 1.5 rounds, we're getting to that point. The under was plus 115. 2:04 left to go in the round. Frosted eye pokes, Coco Picos. Pico Puffs. Remember that weird Waffle Crisp mascot? That was fucking odd. Neal landing a couple of shots, but covering up is Rakhmonov. Slipping out of a knee attempt was Neal, finding the perfect way to slink out of that. Minute 35, kick to the midsection. Count Pocula. Good one, Virginia Valley. Speaking of Valley, trying to send Rakhmonov into a valley, throws lefts and rights, and Rakhmonov just says, good job, and gives him a thumbs up. That's got to be so fucking demoralizing when that happens to you. When you get when you throw a solid number of strikes to a guy in the head, and he just looks at you and gives you one of these. That's got to deflate your ego just a little bit. It did so for me, and I'm just sitting here in my studio. 1 minute left to go in the round. Back at the center of the octagon. 44 seconds left to go. Rakhmonov throws a left hand, standing in the center of the octagon. Right-left combination, uppercut into a hook, landing another hook. Rape nuts to the face from Joey. Straight into the point. No fuffering. Count Pocula does win. By the way. 21 seconds left to go. This fight is weird, man. We're seeing some solid striking, but it's just so intermittent, and it feels so out of sync. Neal's throwing shots, but it doesn't feel like they're landing hard enough, and knees to the body. Rakhmonov will be going to the 3rd round for the first time since 2018. So for the first time since the Democrats took Congress, the first time since before the pandemic, Shavkat Rakhmonov will be going to the 3rd round. Trigger D said, I bought a can of Jon Jones alphabet soup and the only letters in it were HGH. That's mean. It's funny, but it's mean. Grape nuts to the face is the honorable mention. And we're seeing into the corner now of Geoff Neal. I want to know your thoughts on this fight. Right now, I've got it Rakhmonov 2-0. And if you can bring up the stats, Matt, if you haven't already, because I haven't looked much at the monitor.
They are now up.
We're heading into the 3rd round. Neal has landed 44 of 110 strikes. Rakhmonov 72 of 130. So thrown more and landed more. Control time's kind of split. He has landed 45 of 99 strikes to the head, has Rakhmonov. So that is a split and a half. Both men standing in the center of the octagon. Nice bowl of Pico Brand. Neal does need a finish here to win, PJ. Slipping out of it. Head kick blocked. Right hand. Trying to create some... Neal now fighting with some urgency. Spinning head kick. That caught him in the back. That caught Neal in the back of the head. So that if he landed that one, it would have still taken Herb Dean 45 minutes. Oh, Neal got Rakhmonov with a right hand. Got him on his bicycle. Rakhmonov will stop him and go for a takedown and just try to clinch here and slow down the pace of the fight. The best moment for Geoff Neal might have just walked out the door. Another right hand by Neal. That one caught him. That one got Rakhmonov. Knee to the body. Left hand to the face of Rakhmonov. Rakhmonov now throws a left hand. Neal trying to get into a pocket. He just had one. Left hand thrown by Rakhmonov. Another left-right combination. Both men turning on the afterburners now, hitting the nos like Dom Toretto in one of those fucking Fast and the Furious movies. Takedown attempt by Neal. No, pardon me, by Rakhmonov. Neal pressed up against the fence. $317 now, $316. What left to go in the third round? I'm Matt Ryan, joined by Stephanie Sotilli alongside MG Geek, who's in my ear and your ear. 3:06 left to go, and now Neal's, all of his momentum has been stopped and stifled here by Rakhmonov, just putting pressure on him. Running that San Antonio Spurs lockdown defense now, making sure nothing, no oxygen, no light, no love, no joy can come from Geoff Neal in the waning moments of this fight.
Raiden is channeling his inner Stephanie, hoping for some dick action.
It's not like they yeah, everybody wants to see a kick to the dick, though.
One can hope.
Yeah, who doesn't want to root for a kick to the dick? Neal landed a right hand, but not enough to get Rakhmonov stifled. Neal now eats a right hand. Now Rakhmonov throwing some solid strikes. Lands a knee to the body in the Muay Thai clinch. Neal's doubled over. Neal getting lit up. Throws a left hand. Trying to stay alive here with minute 55 left to go. Forearm and an elbow by Rakhmonov. Now just throwing elbows. Throwing the bows inside right now. Neal with a left hand to stop the pain. I think Neal's starting to bleed. Oh, Neal is busted open. Raspberry jam coming out of the nose. Rakhmonov now got him in the Luther Campbell. 95 seconds left to go. Now in the Luther Campbell, pressed up against the fence. Neal is 4 for 4 in takedown defense tonight. But he is bloody, he is beaten up, and he is getting kneed in his knee. Just Rakhmonov driving that knee. Just fluid motion into the back of the knee. Just trying to pop the tendon, trying to just hobble Geoff Neal. Minute left to go. Neal eating a right hand. He is doubled over. He is in the Luther Campbell. And now trying to pull for a choke. Rakhmonov gets it, and Neal just drops after the submission. Geoff Neal gets choked out, and Rakhmonov 9-0. But that one almost to the wire. Rakhmonov will not see a decision. He will get down. He will kiss the Jimmy John's logo. And Geoff Neal looks like he was getting fucked. Yikes. That last round was not kind to Geoff Neal. Not kind in the slightest.
Yeah, I think that's going to be unanimous, man.
No, the fight's over. He won by submission.
Oh.
Yeah, we're done here. And yeah, no, PJ Simpson's right. That was a fight of the night. Just the way they kept pace. Oh, that last round.
I'm a little behind you, so.
Was one hell of a round.
Nasty.
Yeah. And then just setting up the end of this fight, Rakhmonov with that right hand. That right hand is a motherfucker, man. And just leading that to set up to the knee. That knee doubled him over. And that set up the closing sequence of this fight to where Rakhmonov gets it right underneath. Here's the choke. Looks like he's setting up for a Russian leg sweep. Has the neck has the arm right underneath the neck, squeezes, and makes him tap. Just gets that forearm right underneath the throat.
Pretty much just keeled over.
Oof. Yeah, he loses, gets finished, and loses 30% of his pay.
Well, that's demoralizing.
And Jeff Neal and him and Rakhmonov will show some respect in the center of the octagon. I think they're gonna get a nice little bonus tonight.
It was a pretty good fight, definitely.
It was a damn good fight. It was the best fight we've seen so far tonight. And we've got 2 more for you, both of them title fights.
I really hope this next fight gives us something good.
Yeah. It's going to be competitive.
Yeah.
I don't know how competitive. I think Shevchenko's going to win, and I personally kind of want to see, Thacker, he's not eligible for the bonus, but Rakhmonov should be. Rakhmonov should get a bonus for that, because that was one hell of a fight.
Oh.
And Joe Rogan getting a Kazakh hat put on his head. It's the most hair he's had on his head since News Radio.
Oh, my.
I like Joe Rogan on News Radio. Everything after that, except for when he dunked on Carlos Mencia, has been...
Now he's just a gimmick, man.
I enjoyed
At least that's
him and Stanhope's version of the Man Show.
I didn't watch much of it, so I can't really give it an accurate assessment.
I enjoyed it. I think it was fine. I think Doug Stanhope disagreed with me on Twitter several years ago about that.
Well, because when you're in it, when you're in it, and when you're a fan, there's 2 completely different.
He was very rejecting of my compliments for the show.
Well, the man, does he look like a person who can receive love?
I'm aware. He's probably on peyote as we speak.
Well, I have a peyote button tattooed on me, so I really can't go casting stones. Never taken it, but I have it inked on my skin for the rest.
Oh no, not at all. I'm just saying. I'm sure that's what he's doing.
Yeah. What else is there to do in Arizona? See, I thought that was Laura Sanko for a second because I looked down, I saw blonde hair, and then I was like, oh no, that's Rogan. Because my camera blocks the right side of my screen, and it's like my eye line is right where Joe Rogan's head was. And I was like, wait, no, that's not Laura Sanko. Matt Ryan, joined by Stephanie Sotilli, MG Geek. We got 2 more fights here tonight. And I am out of water. So, MG, if you want to talk to the chat real quick. Oh, no, Steph. Thank you.
Steph to the rescue.
Yes. I don't know what that is, PJ, but that'll get you through some Minnesota winters. There have been, according to Virginia Valley, there have been times where the fight has gotten fight of the night since one weighed over, the other got $100,000. So hopefully Rakhmonov gets 6 figures tonight, because how much is he actually getting for this fight? Rain Thacker Grasso by Miracle. Oh, what was the line from the Dredrick Tatum episode, Steph, about the dream Homer had where Tatum missed the fight? Or he...
Wait, what? Now,
the boxing episode.
Yes, no, I'm familiar. I don't know what I don't know what moment you're talking about.
I think he has a dream before the fight that Tatum got...
Oh, Dredrick Tatum suffered a heart attack and died in the ring. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Oh, thank God.
Or there's a fan man situation.
People who need people are the luckiest people.
Wow, and Steph
Who
singing.
originally did that?
I don't know.
No? I thought you were a music person. I thought you knew. I also got very nervous. I couldn't remember that quote. And then I would have nothing to live for if not for a useless treasure trove of Simpsons trivia.
Now, Shavkat Rakhmonov is tied for the longest active win streak in the division, 5 behind Michel Pereira. Mario Lopez and Mark Wahlberg, 2 people from the 90s. Brandon Moreno and I believe his wife. Michael Chandler, who's going to be fighting Conor McGregor. Oh, God. And there's Conor McGregor with someone, with his woman rubbing his chest for some reason, looking like he had all of the work done.
I'm booing Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, yeah. I like that you're booing Jake Gyllenhaal and not Conor McGregor.
Correct.
Team Taylor.
Toker88
thinks you have pipes, Steph.
I appreciate the lies.
I knew you were gonna. I knew it. I knew you were gonna do that to yourself. So there's just 90% of the people in this season of The Ultimate Fighter are people that were cut or have fought on Dana White's Contender Series. That's depressing. It is depressing that these guys have to fight for their job back. Imagine if we did that with like airline workers. It's ostensibly the Hunger Games. You have to fight to survive and get your job back, where your job is to fight people. Like, if you have to fight for a job in the UFC, that makes sense. But you have to fight to get your job back. You know what? That is kind of indicative of Dana White and his beliefs. So, that does make sense. That's on brand. That's on brand for Dana. Taking a look here. Valentina going to ride to the ring on horseback. Why? Ballerina ship. You know what? Do you think the UFC needs more grandiose entrances? Let me know in the chat. We haven't done a poll tonight, so let's do a poll here, Steph. Will this fight go the distance? Yes or no? Will the co-main event?
I thought it was a question. Do they need more grandiose entrances?
Well, let's do that one. Let's do that one. Make sure it's spelled grandiose.
You know what? Fuck.
No hard words tonight.
Oh, I've been to that town when I went to the Del Rio Tito fight. That's where my hotel was, in Grandiose, Texas. That was a happening. That was a time. Whenever I decide to do a podcast again, they need a Titantron. I miss the old days of the old Titantrons. And here's our poll. Oh, yeah. Does the UFC need more grandiose entrances?
Talking like Pride, the old Pride entrances, like that.
Yeah, like entrances, like not the. Right now, I can equate this to the old house shows on the MSG network, where they just walk out with the music
in the background, but it's not over the.
Yeah. They can't do that because then they would get. Then they would get in trouble.
Want the music in the production.
Yeah.
So, like it is for wrestling, but they have to make their own music.
Yes. Young Ed, Matt, better pee now. I don't have to, so I'm not going to do that.
So what does he
Bill
think? Is he assuming we're getting 2 5-round fights?
Probably, yeah. I think I can make it from here to the bathroom and back in 60 seconds. Just, hoping, wishing, praying. Grandiose for breakfast. Every single favorite has won here tonight, according to Matthew Erickson. Damn. That's fucked. That's fucked for everybody who were betting on those parlays. Well, hopefully your parlays post tonight, humans. Trigger D. Well, Mayhem Miller also is in. I think he's in jail now, or he's out of jail, or he is awaiting jail. It is going to be interesting, this fight tonight. Like we would know if you just peed. Well, I would be getting not gonna if I did the other thing, I would be there the whole fight. Travis Tar, Gracie. All right. Greatest walkout ever was Chemo Leopoldo. And I want you to find a photo of this, Matt. Oh, yeah. Stanley Franklin asking a great question. What's your fight walkout song? Bring up Chemo Leopoldo UFC ring walk. Don't play the video. Just find a photo, Matt.
Oh,
Chemo. K-I-M-O. Leopoldo UFC walk. The Midnight Express rock and roll. Yo, if someone came out to the Midnight Express's theme song, I'd pop. I'd pop like a motherfucker. Hashtag free dem hands. Yes, free dem hands. And it is co-main event time. Guys, I'm not pooping my pants for this show. Let's say that now. Steven, Whiter Shade of Pale. Fuck, that's a good walkout song. Procol Harum. Mine would probably be
Ken Shamrock.
I think so. I don't know if it was against Ken.
That or Tank Abbott. I got a couple of them.
It's the one where he's carrying something.
Okay.
The intro to It's Dark in Hell is Hot by DMX. Piss Angel by Pig Destroyer. Guerrilla Productions, I was going to pick something like that. I was going to pick Clap Your Hands by Gigi Allen. Or the Carmelita cover by Gigi Allen. Because anytime you walk out to a song by a man whose birth name was Jesus Christ, I feel like you've got inside your opponent's head. Steph, what song would you walk out to if you were a fighter?
The Gummy Bears theme song.
I dig it. I dig it. Steven Chapman picking Meek Mill. Wow, you've got some kick-ass alarm music, Raiden Thacker. Trigger D picking Kevin Gates, OG, Bobby Johnson freestyle. Yeah, Trigger D, yep, Joe San, a.k.a. Random Task, a.k.a. the guy who is, I think, dead now, or he killed his cellmate. That's all fucked up.
Well, what would be your song?
I said Clap Your Hands by Gigi Allen.
Okay. And what about the man I can't hear?
Matt, what song would you pick to walk out to?
Something by Rob Zombie.
Something by Rob Zombie.
Okay. Fight song by Rachel.
That's who wrote that song or performed that song?
This is my
song. That's Hillary Clinton's song now.
Yeah. But that was the woman
some
who
respect.
did it.
Excuse me?
That was the person who did the song.
Yes.
Yes.
Cubicles on the left.
Stanley Franklin picking Break Stuff by Limp Bizkit. Stephen Kelleher picking Afro Man. I respect it. Young Ed Kamara's new walkout is Free Fallin'. Jesus Christ.
Can it be any Rocky Road by Weird Al? Ooh. But that's if I'm defending a title.
Yes. What if you're the challenger?
I said the Gummy Bears theme song.
Okay. Trigger D sing The Price is Right theme song. Trigger D, come on down. You're the next contestant on MMA.
That'd be a very funny image.
Ba-da-ba-da. Ba-da-ba-da-da-da.
This is my fight song.
Gonna take my pants off. Valentina Shevchenko walking out, looking like it's a group from a local breakdancing troupe making their way to the octagon. Like, these fight gears are always just interesting choices, and it's very frustrating. All along the Watchtower, nice fanfare for the common man. Oh, Stephen Carosa, what's up? The mountain climber jingle on Price is Right. DC, yo, you got a haircut. Yeah, I had a haircut for the last show too, didn't I? Young Ed picking the Mr. Rogers theme song. Second Class Citizen, the Brady Bunch. Toker 88, won by Metallica. Then you're going to have to wait like 45 minutes to make your entrance. I love that song, but it takes forever to get into anything. He was a black belt in Joe Sando. God. I have to have David Isaacs on this show, the co-founder of the UFC, just to talk about chemo and fucking Tank Abbott for 45 minutes. Bad Company by Bad Company off Bad Company by Nolan. Oh, Virginia Valley. Who came out to Dare to Be Stupid? I think someone did. But in general, that makes just all the sense. It's been a fun night so far. I'm really glad you're joining us. I'm Matt Ryan. Steph on the other side of the glass. MG Geek
is here.
Is here. Stephen Keller heard the Peanuts theme. Do 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 do. Braden Thacker, Kung Fu Fighting.
That's a good one. I like that one.
What about the guy who not Ghostbusters, but another song by Ray Parker Jr.? Did Ray Parker Jr. have any other songs outside of Ghostbusters?
Is that the dinosaur song?
No, that's a different person. Open the door, get on the floor. Everybody walk the dinosaur.
Oh my God, I got one. What was the theme from The Last Dragon? Very Gordy movie with Shonuff. You remember the theme?
Yeah. With Vanity. I forget the song from it, but I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. Big Country came out to Fat Ones. Yes, that is true. That I vaguely remember. Trigger D sang the Seinfeld theme song.
Matt, I found your picture, but it's kind of small. It's not very resolution is kind of crappy.
Ooh, can you find a screen grab?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I can.
Young Ed saying, "Don't worry, be happy." Don't worry about it. We're getting into the tail of the tape for our co-main event. Shevchenko 34, Grasso 29, both at 5'5" at 124.5 pounds. Grasso, the plus 600 underdog, 66-inch reach, 66.5 for the minus 850 favorite Valentina Shevchenko. When you see that, like, I want to talk to fighters about that when you look at the gambling line or if you pay attention to that. Ray Stevens to Shriek. Fucking Jesus.
I got the stats up for you now, so.
Thank you. Matthew Erickson, watching the very first UFC, it's fun to see the fake martial arts. 9th degree black belt in American Kung Fu. Volbeat, interesting, from William Blake Collier. So the significant strike accuracy for Shevchenko is over almost 70%. That's a huge margin against Grasso. The per minute is in Grasso's favor, but the takedown, like all of these stats yield away from Grasso, pardon me. They yield to why she's plus 600. Challenger wins title at a less than 35% success rate. That is not a good stat. That is the opposite of a good stat. Shout out to Stephen Kelleher for donating $5 to the cause.
So the question is, how many more fights does Shevchenko need to be the GOAT in the women's division?
I think
getting there.
The problem is she lost to Nunes twice.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, she's 10-2 as the favorite in UFC fights. That's absurd.
And at 125, she's pretty much dominant, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. When she moved up to face Nunes.
That's what it was. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And that was the problem. But, Booker T and the MGs. That's solid. But straight cash homie to Stephen Kelleher. Yo to you, sir, donating $5 to the cause, ski. Fosushi robbed in her last fight. Yeah, that split decision was a choice. Don't know. Wasn't a big fan of that. I think I'm on record for saying that. You can go in the archives at Combat Culture. Bill Elder, she's being a mom. Like, I think she's coming back this year. The Gangrel theme song is a fire one to come out, too. And there's Travis Barker and Kourtney Kardashian at the UFC fights. It's interesting. And we begin round number 1 for the UFC Flyweight Championship. Grasso in green, Shevchenko in black with gold trim as the champion. Grasso controlling the center of the octagon. Shevchenko gets kicked in the leg. Landing a right hand with Shevchenko after Grasso came inside. Leg kick. Putting the pressure on. Left, right, left combination by Shevchenko does not land. Spinning back fist by Shevchenko. Kick to the body by Grasso. Wrong Booker T trigger. Left, rights, and missing the knee with Shevchenko. Back in the center of the octagon. Kick to the shin. Spinning head kick by Shevchenko does not land. Feigning with that right kick to the thigh by Shevchenko. Pulling the right leg. 3:30 left to go. Steps inside Shevchenko after eating a kick from Grasso to the thigh. Leaning in with that right hand is Grasso. .316 what left to go in round number 1 of 5 for the Flyweight Championship. Grasso feigns 2 rights and an overhand left, does not land. 2 straight rights thrown by the champion. Right hand thrown by Shevchenko. Right, left, right combination does not land by Grasso. Kick to the shin by Grasso. Steps in, eats a left hand to Shevchenko. Grasso and Shevchenko, nothing doing so far in this stage of the fight. Head kick missed by Shevchenko. Kick to the thigh, missed. Right hand thrown by Shevchenko. Left-right combination landed by Grasso. Kick to the thigh. Landed by Shevchenko. Pardon me, that was under the knee. Throws a right hand, and that one lands by the champion. As we enter from Saturday into Sunday. Grasso lands a couple of shots on Shevchenko. Solid shots by the challenger, rights and lefts. No ups or downs. .95 seconds left to go. Shevchenko catches Grasso after Grasso switches her stance. Punch to the midsection, missed by Grasso. Right, left, right, missing by the challenger. Minute 21 left to go. Both going for leg kicks, both missing. Shevchenko using that right hand to play keep away. Head kick missed by Shevchenko. 1 minute remaining in round 1 of 5. Both fighters now standing in the octagon. Standing in the center of the octagon. Of course, they're standing in the octagon. That's where they fucking fight. Throwing that right hand is Grasso. Right, left, Shevchenko throws an elbow after a quick exchange in the clinch. Both back into the center there. Shevchenko tried to back out for a second. Both women, back into the center of the octagon. 20-18, significant strikes in Grasso's favor. Missing with the left hand is Shevchenko. Grasso, the more aggressive fighter here in round number 1. Landing more, spinning back fist by Shevchenko. Caught a piece of it. Grasso gets the takedown on Shevchenko. Firefight, both fighters standing. Shevchenko pressed up against the fence. Grasso throwing with impunity. And we'll count down to the end of this round. And it looks like Alexa Grasso is winning round 1. And she gets headlocked down by Shevchenko. An interesting back and forth round here, but Grasso over the last 90 seconds really set the table.
She stayed aggressive even though she got taken down.
Yeah, no, Grasso, I'd give that round 10-9 to Grasso.
Yeah. That's fair.
And thank you, DC. That's very sweet of you. Back and forth here. It's a 10-9 round. That was Shevchenko's got a cut, and she's got a cut on her nose. Not necessarily something you want walking in the midst of this.
Oh, it's on the bridge. It's not.
Yeah, it's not. But the more that gets
down and get in there, it gets in her passageway or airway. Could be an issue.
Yeah,
for sure.
You're gonna hope that wants to go down the ridge of your nose and not straight down. You're gonna want that one to slide down the ridges. Boot to the cooch, spam to the clam. Best fans in combat sports, folks. Best fans in combat sports. Shout out to everybody watching. Get one more person to watch so I can say nice. Takedown by Shevchenko. Shevchenko now putting the gorilla grips in.
Stephen Keller has a good point here. Let me pull this up.
Yeah, I want to see how she fights when it's not going her way. Well, she turned the tide here in the early going of the round, but Grasso just swinging from the bottom here. Much like a married couple at the end of their rope, swinging from the bottom. Now trying to climb up the body is Grasso. Shevchenko having her arms pinned down by the challenger. Joe Blair with a good point. Can't breathe, can't fight. And now Grasso grapevining the ribs in the midsection, and both of them almost in perfect synchronicity were punching each other in the head and or the ribs. Hey, we did it. Nice. 3:30 left to go in the round. Shevchenko inside control. Grasso spinning around trying to flip herself, get on her stomach and push back up. Oh, and almost does a neck bridge out of the predicament she's in. But Shevchenko continuing in a lateral press position and now just continuing to slowly spin as if they were 45 RPMs.
Ooh.
Shevchenko.
This is how she gets back in this. Control.
She's just got to grapple fuck the shit out of her. That's basically what this is. And just smothering is Shevchenko, just putting all of her body weight onto the upper chest and the neck of Grasso, just trying to make it harder to breathe, make it harder to find yourself, know where you are inside the cage when you're only seeing flesh and fabric. But Grasso will get out of it, gets back up to a vertical base, and presses Shevchenko up against the fence. Both of them fighting now. Shevchenko has to adjust her top after some interesting pull by Grasso. Both fighters pacing around now. Right hand by the champion. Under 2 minutes remaining in round 2. Missing the leg kick was Grasso. Missing with the right hand, left-right combination, not landing by the challenger. Minute 45 left to go. So glad you were joining us here on the Matt Men YouTube channel. I'm Matt Ryan, joined by Stephanie Sotilli on the other side of the metaphorical glass and MG Geek in my ear. We got one more fight after this one, the main event, Jon Jones versus Ciryl Gane. So if you know someone who wants to know what's going on in that fight, send them the link. Let them know we're here. Let them know we're having fun. We're having a good time. Minute 14 left to go. Both fighters. Head kick missed. An overhand right. Missed by Grasso. Under a minute now in the second round. 5 rounds for the UFC flyweight title. Kick to the body, and Grasso will land rights and lefts. And now Grasso taken down again by Shevchenko. With 38 seconds left to go, and Grasso letting her fists fly, trying to disorient the champion. 2 of 3 on takedowns tonight is Shevchenko. Rounding that up to 67% success. Punch to the ribs by Shevchenko. Same thing from Grasso. 2 minutes and 42 seconds and counting of ground control time for the champion. First round you can probably give to Grasso. This round is clearly the champion's. She found a way to bounce back and get inside the kitchen of of Grasso. Now just throwing her shoulder into the face of Grasso on the ground. And things are evened up, in my opinion, as we head into round 3.
That was pretty much dominant, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a complete tide-turning round. I don't know. At that rate, I don't know if Grasso's going to be able to go to the 5th. But take a look at our poll here. Does the UFC need more grandiose entrances? 74% of you think yes. 26% of you think no. Steph, where do you land on that?
On my back.
What up, up? I expect that from a puppet, not from you.
He's currently in the drunk tank.
Again?
Also known as our cabinet.
Yes. He just lives there. He pays rent. I don't ask questions. Shevchenko Bert by submission, according to Trigger D. Braden Thracker, much like me, has it 19-19.
Look at the ground control difference.
Yeah, it's 3 minutes and 2 seconds to 17 seconds.
Wow.
We begin round number 3. Grasso, a little more hunched over, a little more protective. Right now, plus 625 for Grasso, minus 1,000 for Shevchenko. That is, yikes. Head kick attempt missed by Grasso. The odds are not in Grasso's favor, metaphorically and literally. Right hand thrown by the champion. Right hand. Switching up her stance is Grasso. Now leading with her left. Throws that left and then an overhand right. The overhand right does not go. Straight right landed by Shevchenko. Tried to go for a knee and then ends up with a head kick. Grasso landing 32 strikes to the abdomen, right to the body. Shevchenko only landing 19, but Shevchenko landing 47 shots to the head. Solid numbers for the champion, and Grasso landing rights and lefts. A head kick by Shevchenko does not land. Both fighters, after a pseudo takedown attempt, a clinch attempt by Shevchenko didn't go. .309 left to go in our third round. Left hand thrown by Shevchenko. Doesn't land. Right hand doesn't land by the champion. Kick to the legs does not land by Grasso. Overhand right, but that turns into a takedown attempt by Shevchenko. She gets Grasso on her back and now trying to climb up the challenger. But Grasso, great defense on the ground, keeping Shevchenko where she is. Now, the challenger trying to climb up the champion, pop off the shoulders and get back up. Right hands, and that just slaps to the face. Just open palm strikes from Shevchenko to the face of Grasso. pie-facing the challenger while Grasso continues to land right hands to the side of the head of Valentina Shevchenko. .206 left to go in the round. Stanley Franklin, ways I'd tap, toe stomp, any leg kick. Right with you, brother. Right there. You hurt my tootsies. It's all over. Jason Herzog, the referee of this fight, telling both fighters to keep working per what I'm seeing per the closed captioning. Grasso trying to climb up Shevchenko, punches to the ribs by the champion. Overhand right by Shevchenko. And now Shevchenko with the legs wrapped around.
You know what?
Right hands from both fighters.
Grasso's hitting those headshots. They don't look like much, but I think they're adding up.
They're adding up, but so is the ground control time. Over 4.5 minutes right now for Shevchenko. And they'll stand both fighters up and get them back to the center. Sign of respect. Shevchenko got in an almost dirty shot after the referee. Grasso kind of stopped defending herself because the referee said stand up. Don't want to see a fight end that way. 39 seconds now. Another takedown by Shevchenko. Scoring points. Gets the back. Grasso spins out of it. Kicks Shevchenko in the face on the ground. Just pushed her away. And now Shevchenko takes the back. Shevchenko has Grasso's back and is trying to lock in a submission, trying to lock in the RNC, and both fighters are punching each other in the fucking head. Trying to get in that RNC. Grasso spins out of it, trying to pull and choke herself. She's trying to lock in the guillotine. Grasso almost has it. Grasso trying to lock it in. Has to pull a little further, pull a little deeper, and it's the end of the round.
Wow.
Whew. Whew, 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 whew. That could have, if there were 5 more seconds. 5 more seconds.
That was really skill. That was some skill right there.
Yeah.
Just to know where you were and, hey, I got that guillotine. Whew. Good stuff.
Yeah, that's a fucking round, buddy.
All right, there's your stats.
Shevchenko is landed 117 of 171. Grasso 135 of 225. 130 of those thrown strikes were significant strikes. It's only landed 43. Comparatively, Shevchenko landed more, threw less, 47 of 99. But ground control time, 5 minutes and 24 seconds. That's a whole round. Shevchenko has had Grasso on the ground. 4 out of 5 on takedown attempts as we enter round 4. As we enter championship rounds. Shevchenko starting to breathe heavy. Grasso trying to ratchet up the pace here. With just under 10 more minutes till we decide a champion, unless one of these ladies light the lamp and finish the other one. Into a Muay Thai clinch, both fighters peel out. 420. If you got them. Left to go in the 4th round. And you can see here in the chat, it is split right now. Some people have Grasso, some people have Shevchenko. I can give Grasso that 3rd round, to be honest with you. But that ground control time is going to matter so much when they go to the scorecards. If they go to the scorecards here, that's going to be a stat that plays heavy into this. Because that's what the judges are going to remember. Right hand, the left hand thrown. Right, left, missed by Grasso. 3:35 left to go. Shevchenko, the champion here, on even ground with Alexa Grasso. Missing with a right hand is Grasso. 3:14 left to go in the fourth round. Leading with the right hand is Shevchenko. Grasso, that right hand, patient with it. More patient in this portion of the fight. Gets caught into a clinch after throwing that right hand. Almost getting kneed by Shevchenko, but she finds a way out of it at the last second. Right hand thrown by Shevchenko. Right hand thrown by Shevchenko. Shevchenko tried to drop low for a takedown. Grasso tried to seize an opportunity. Didn't get there in time. 2:28 left to go in the round. Right hand. 2 right hands landed by Shevchenko. None landing by Grasso. Both of them throwing in that exchange. 2:19 now. Shevchenko with her back to the octagon lands 2 straight right hands. Third straight right. Circling around. Grasso leading with her left. Shevchenko leading with the right. Takedown attempt by Grasso. An interesting pivot there by the challenger, pressing Shevchenko up against the fence, trying to show that she can grapple as well. And Shevchenko throwing left hands to the jaw of the challenger. Right hands thrown by Grasso. And Shevchenko just throwing heavy hands into the face of the challenger. Minute 40 now left to go in the round. Right hand by Grasso. Grasso continuing to put the pressure on. Right hand peeling out. Neal avoiding that one and pushing away. Right hand thrown by Shevchenko. Minute 15 left to go. Another right hand thrown by the champion. Left-right combination, pardon me, by the champion. Minute 5 left to go in the round. Spinning back kick to the body. Missed the champion, gives up her back. Grasso backpacks her and now tries to pull the RNC. Grasso trying to get the right arm under. Can Grasso in 49 seconds finish this fight and win the title? Can she send Valentina Shevchenko to the back of the line? Rolls over. She's trying to get under the chin. Grasso trying to find a way under. Shevchenko fighting with all of her might. 34 seconds left to go in the round. Can Shevchenko stop it? Can she remain champion? Can she avoid the submission? Shevchenko taps! Shevchenko taps! Alexa Grasso has lit up the world and has turned gamblers into people who need to call hotlines! Mexico has another UFC champion, and Valentina Shevchenko got in Las Vegas!
Just wow.
Holy fucking shit.
Wow, I didn't expect that.
No one did, unless you bet on Alexa Grasso. And if you did, can I borrow $5?
Did she tap or did the ref call it?
She tapped.
Wow. I didn't see the tap, but...
Yeah, no, the... Whew. Ooh, the lolly.
That was a hell of a fight.
Shevchenko losing for the first time since her rematch with Amanda Nunes. Goddamn humans and humans. Just I say goddamn. Fight of the night. I don't know if it's fight of the year so far, but
that was a great fight.
Ed, congratulations to you, my friend. And congratulations to PJ who picked Grasso either way in a parlay with the main event. So either way, he wins. Good job on you, PJ.
Oh, he just parlayed the 2 main events? Nice.
And that's the first time Shevchenko has lost by stoppage. And
just was a misstep.
It was just she was controlling the pace of the fight and then allowed Grasso to kind of completely turn the tide.
Mm-hmm.
It just wow.
Yeah, that second and third round was pretty much she was in control. Let's see what the stats looked like. Oh, there we got the Jon Jones one up. I can scroll it back. Yeah.
Oh, Raiden, I'm sorry. That was you, buddy. Congratulations to you either way. I remember it was somebody. I knew it was a long time. Give Grasso the UFC 5 cover. Wow. It's the end of an era, man. Like that to me, and Grasso and Shevchenko hugging, showing each other respect in the octagon. The RNC at 4:34 in the fourth round means Alexa Grasso is your new UFC flyweight champion. Whew. That was...
It's been like 4 years, right? Since she's had that title.
Yeah, she's had it for a while. Shout out to Stanley Franklin donating $10 to the cause. That's what I'm talking about. Straight cash, homie. Straight cash, homie. On that one, I gotta find that sound.
We'll figure out.
I'm gonna jerry rig it. I'm just gonna jerry rig it. This is for you. This.
We'll put it up.
No right shit. How do you pay, man? If you don't write checks, how do you pay these guys? Straight cash, homie.
And there's the ESPN breaking news alert.
People don't know where I am now. We promoted the fact that we moved a while ago. There was a video on our old channel today that was interesting. Also, we did an entire last show that no one can see ever again.
Yeah, but you guys might be able to actually help with that. How about if you say, hey, our last show is not on that channel?
Yeah.
Oh, they took it down?
Because of our Patreon, which is patreon.com/Dan A. White. That's patreon.com/Dan A. White. If you like what we're doing here and you want to read my previews and a podcast when I'm able to do it, you can go to patreon.com/Dan A. White. Young Ed, Mexico, the new Brazil. We are seeing the rise of Mexican combat sports. It's been Brandon Moreno. We've seen some solid fighters in the UFC. You can't discount Combate Global and what they've done for Hispanic and Latin American fighters outside of Brazil, outside of your traditional MMA battlegrounds.
Are they staying in Mexico to train, to do camps, or are they coming up?
I believe that there's some fighters who train in Mexico. There's some that fight in the United States, who train in the U.S., who train outside of the U.S. It's all over the map.
Right. It usually is, but I was just curious, if they're like trying to stay down there. There's some legit camps down there.
Well, it's a part of that fighting tradition. It's just it's evolved from boxing into adding MMA.
Yeah.
And Shevchenko now being interviewed by Joe Rogan.
I wonder what's next for her.
I'd say move up.
Go after Nunes one more time? Oh, no, Nunes
I wouldn't doubt it
anymore. Right?
Yeah.
Is my brain brain fried?
Yeah. Raiden Thacker. I think they kept that. Is she retiring? Matt, I can't listen to it, so if you can tell me whether or not she's...
Okay.
Well, Raider, that's one of the nicest things I've ever heard.
Stand by, I'll let you know.
When someone says that was the greatest fight call I've ever heard, that just makes me feel happy. Well, no, it was from the Edwards Usman call from August of this last year. Well, so you can just download the MP4 and add it later. It's not like that's not something we can't do.
No, we can do it. It's just
Valentina Pena 2. I'd run that back. Fuck, I'd run this fight back. And there's Aljamain Sterling and Henry Cejudo. That's a fight that happens. What happened to his hand? And there's Ron Perlman and that's a combination of people. The voice of the UFC and Jerome Bettis. And they're the Diaz brothers.
Okay, she didn't fight or didn't retire, but she kind of. It sounded like she might be taking a little time to reassess things.
I don't doubt that. I don't hate that. Makes sense. And there's Alexa Grasso signing that kid got the first autograph of Grasso as UFC champion, and there's a whole bunch of people that look like they went to CPAC. Kid looking like Nick Fuentes. That asshole. Grasso.
The Diaz brothers. I'm just seeing the Diaz brothers just now, and every time I see them, I was like, who let them out? I know they're good guys, but they just
love
like
them.
Bugs, man.
I love them. Also a great Mountain Goat song, the Diaz brothers. We can't play it, but just trust that I know what I'm talking about. But the Edwards Usman call is that's still up there. If you wanna watch it, I'll just drop that in the chat for everybody. Just spam the comments and let them know. Let them know that we're still here. That we're still. Oh, it's clean shaven for this one too. That's uncomfortable.
And we're getting more viewers, by the way. So
yeah. Shout out to everyone joining us, whether you're long time, or first time, or last time. And there's Jon Jones.
It reminds me.
He looks way too much like Roy Jones Jr. now. He looks like a tall Roy Jones Jr., and it concerns the shit out of me. They're international treasures, Trigger. They're international treasures. One brother looked like Tony Danza. Oh, that cracked me the fuck up. Just join us. I'm Matt Ryan. On the other side of the metaphorical glass is Stephanie Sotilli. In my ear is MG Geek, the host of the XFL pod with Jonathan Rizek. You can find that wherever you get audio. You can find me wherever you find audio on the 3-on-1 podcast every single week at a7fl.tv. That's a7fl.tv. Joe Blair, the Diaz brothers is not the best death metal band in Denton Good. Those are two different categories. He's the boss. God damn it, Trig. Damn you, Trig. Something I said in high school and now. Damn you, Trig. Different Trigs, though. One was anometry. This one's a D. And yeah, Fo, this is a really cool fight. This is an awesome fight. And MG, I'm going to quickly use the restroom, and then we're going to do this thing. Steph, entertain the people.
So this is very difficult because I cannot hear the other guy.
I can help you with that.
Just tell her to talk because I have to reboot.
Oh, hold on. I will get ears very soon.
Right there. Left or right? Right.
Okay.
Hi.
Hello, now I can hear you.
Okay. You're going to be on your own for a minute because I do have to reboot this computer.
Okay.
That computer fucking hates you, bro.
You were having a lot of technical difficulties. That's not affecting anybody watching this, so that's good.
Just affecting me. I'll be right back.
It's just affecting our tech person, which is
always great.
Which is very, very important.
You want to interview Olive? How's Olive doing?
Olive Olive is not interested in this.
Ow! Why?
Because dogs are not. She's not interested. Dogs are not equally represented. But more Steph, less MG. Listen, I have absolutely no technical acumen, so you would not even be able to see. You would just have to pretend and have an imagination of what we're saying. You would just have to. I'd be curious how all of you would be at calling fights. I've only been on that side of it once or twice, and it's extremely hard. Hence why I will never, ever do it again. And I think that's the lesson that everybody can take from this is that never try, just give up immediately. If at first you don't succeed, good. Then that means you were never meant to succeed, right?
At first you don't succeed. You dust yourself off and try again.
I do not agree. If you are not perfect trying something once, it's not for you, and that's okay. Just accept that. You can just stay in a cubicle your entire life. This is not from any kind of personal experience. Absolutely not. Why would it be? The base of my spine is on fire. That's not a euphemism. I have back pain.
Steph, they're asking the true questions here.
Quit while there's time to eat. Absolutely. Thick girls unite. Yeah, Steven.
If you don't have any goals, you can't fail, according to Faux Sushi. Joe Blair saying Olive is a pride purist. Pride never die.
Yes, Matt is wearing pants. Absolutely. That's rule number 1.
Yep. Get Steph on camera. Lock me in the bathroom. Steven wants to push me into the toilet.
Are you a bully from the 1980s? Wants to give you a wedgie as well.
That would just
take
suck.
Your lunch money.
I gave you lunch money.
Yeah. I wouldn't know about that. We were very poor, so I got the free lunch.
Yeah, yay. Oh, my mom would give me leftovers for lunch.
Yeah.
I brought a thermos of stew to school several times.
That's very sophisticated.
You know how hard it is to be a fat kid carrying a thermos of stew? Do you know how...
Like physically hard to carry the thermos?
Well, yeah, because I had to take the train to
emotionally
school.
hard.
I went to school like from junior high school until the end of my education. All of my schools were like a mile or two away from me.
Oh.
So like I had to take public transit. We didn't have like school buses or anything.
I mean that is public transit.
Yeah. Not school provided transportation, you dingbat.
I'm like, that is public transportation. I was 40 minutes away from my school.
Same, give or take?
Yes.
Yeah.
we only got the free lunch until I went to high school, and then I started bringing my own lunch.
Yes.
Which mostly consisted of Lunchables.
Which is something you still do.
Yeah, no, there's still Lunchables in my fridge.
Mm-hmm.
It's a hyperfixation food, and one of the few things I can eat if I feel nauseous.
We all contain multitudes.
Who was on the thermos?
It was just a regular thermos.
Just like blank?
It was like a big workman's thermos. It was like a thermos someone who worked in construction.
Did you drink a Diet Coke at lunch too?
Occasionally.
in a white tank top?
Yes, I wore a white tank top to high school. and a very wafer thin gold chain. Ciryl Gane walking to the octagon. The walkout kits are starting to look too much like football kits, and it just makes me miss Ted Lasso, and I'm so excited it's coming back. Lord Punisher 215, Matt is wearing pants. These are lies. I need to wear them. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because I was going to do 2 ears, and then I was like, no, that doesn't make sense.
Hey, yeah. I can hear him if he comes back. He has not come back yet.
No. And Ciryl Gane getting checked in. This is weird.
So if you thought of this before, I could have heard all of the sound effects you play.
Well, I didn't use Bluetooth before. I used the old IFB. I had to give back my board and my IFB recently.
It was on loan.
It was on loan.
You didn't pay the layaway fee.
I did not. I had to give it back to Gimbals on Atlantic Avenue in Brooklyn in 1975.
I was more thinking of a Kmart, but okay. Fancy. Some of us got stuff through K or Walmart layaway.
Gimbals was the Kmart equivalent of New York in the 70s. Like that was like S&A and VIN. Like that's what those were. Like those were the equivalents. Like nobody beats.
I thought it was more like Macy's, like a department store.
Well, it was a department store, but in a degree, Kmart was a department store.
Those are not department
Those
stores.
are department stores. There's a difference.
Way.
There's just like poor people department stores.
Exactly.
Yeah, Gimbals was a poor people department. Like it was like mid-tier. It was like kind of like going fucking Are You Being Served? It was kind of like that.
That is high end. I don't know what you're talking.
Like a lower end version
store
of
they
that.
Work in on Are You Being Served? That is high end.
Yeah, it's the lower end version of that. Also, we're just doing a podcast at this point right now.
Look, they keep dancing.
Yeah, God
just let the fighters dance for 10 minutes before they fight.
Nate Bargatze is the fucking UFC on the UFC crawl now?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Good for him. Like, you just like, that's a guy I heard on the Bonfire a few times, and now he's one of the biggest comics on the planet.
I remember when he was an open micer still.
Huh. Stephen Kelleher pulling out the joke book tonight. Everybody's doing their best. I tell you, I was poor. I tell you. I'll tell you, I was so poor, my mother declared bankruptcy twice and robbed from me. Oh, that's not a joke. Fuck.
I would bring 3 peanut butter sandwiches for... Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Shout out to peanut butter. School lunch pizza, worst pizza.
The what?
School lunch pizza, worst pizza. French bread pizza in general, worst pizza.
So...
And hold on, speaking of pizza, Jon Jones, for the first time ever, will be walking to the octagon as a heavyweight. This is weird. It is something that we thought would happen 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, a year ago, 6 months ago, and now we're here because Francis Ngannou has been gone and taken away from the UFC. He dipped. Dana White said, "Oh, that'll never happen again." Yeah, Dana.
He was in Gone.
God damn you.
Yeah. Barbara Dunkelman. I was asking you a question, but not out loud. Who was that pun woman from Rooster Teeth?
Barbara Dunkelman.
Yes.
Stephen Chapman Jones by roid needle to the eye. What is this, IWA Mid-South? What the fuck are you talking about? Jones looks worried. Jones just kind of, he's trying to get into it, but I think he's working a little bit. He's trying to...
See? They're dancing.
Yes.
They let them...
And now he's dancing back. What are you doing? Are you, sir, oh, he's hugging people. I think those are his brothers. I think. You praying now? I'm so confused. Yep, those are his brothers, and that's his wife.
That's Hillary Clinton. I don't know.
No, I think that's his
Chelsea Clinton.
Fiance? The mother of his children, at the very least. That's the mother of his children. Jones gonna crash into Ciryl with a Ford Escort. Jon Jones has had numerous motor vehicle mishaps.
Oh, okay. Clean and sober? Yes?
Oh.
Yeah. Absolutely, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
In Arizona, too. Props to watch. Jones to win by TKO, plus 350. Jones by decision, plus 200. Jones by submission is a number I can't see. Jones Now in the zone. John Scones. I like that one. I like John Scones.
Sounds delicious.
Also, just kind of sounds like a name you would hear on Parks and Rec or like a Michael.
No, it sounds like from Toast of London.
Yes.
It's
John Scones. His trainer giving him last-minute advice or whispering sweet nothings into his ear. And Jon Jones, for the first time in his career, is excited. He is walking. Oh, nope. He's getting greased up first. It's like when you, like in the 60s, like when Scott Muni covered the Beatles. Like that's what this job is half the time. The Beatles have landed at Idlewild Airport. They're walking out. I can't see which one it is, but it is one of the Beatles walking out of the plane. Like that's what it is. That gut.
Getting in the ring. Oh, nope.
Oh,
Nope.
oh.
No, he's got to do his taxes.
Yep. Hold on. Oh, they're checking him.
I'm back.
Oh, he's got to do 3 riddles. He has to successfully answer 3 riddles and then get in the ring.
They're not letting him inside the cage for some reason. They're checking his shoe. What the fuck?
What's going on? They really didn't want this ending by 1.
Can someone figure out what the fuck is going? What? Oh, he's got tape on his foot. Oh no, his foot's broken. His foot's already broken.
Oh, maybe this will end by 1.
He has tape on his left foot.
They gonna let him in?
I think they're removing the tape. They're removing the tape off his feet. This is like waiting online at the bank. And Jon Jones' epic return to walking inside the octagon.
Again, now he's at the threshold, still not walking it.
He was going to do this whole thing where he climbed the stairs and there's a 248-pound man doing a cartwheel, something I could never do. Jones 35, Gane 32. Jones 84.5-inch reach to Gane's 81-inch reach. Gane 247.5. Jones 248. Both walking in tonight at 6'4". And it is time for the main event. Bruce Buffer looking like the world's coolest magician.
Refire up.
The judges are Mike Bell, Sal D'Amato, and Ron McCarthy. Mark Goddard, the referee. I need to time how long they have the judges up because holy shit, that was like less than 10 seconds. Not sure what the delay was, but for some reason, Jon Jones had tape on his foot. For some reason, they had to cut it off.
There's your tail of the tape.
Why did I want this earbud in my ear?
So you can hear Matt when he's talking.
I know. It was the joke. It was...
Well, Matt's our producer. He's just making sure things are happening.
I appreciate your support. Thanks.
Jones's accuracy with takedowns is a big one here, 44% to 21%. Significant strikes, though, big. Significant strikes, 5'11" to 4.3. Significant strike accuracy, 51.83. Jones at 62.61, so slight advantage for Jones there. But yet again, this is a Jon Jones who has not fought in 3 years. This is a Jon Jones who last time he fought was at 205 pounds. I'm
very fascinated how this is going to go.
Yeah, I don't know how this is going to break down. Like, there's going to be a finish. This isn't going to go the distance. But the more active fighter who is a former interim world champion is the plus 450 underdog against the guy who hasn't fought in 3 years. It's so weird. It is so weird. If it wasn't Jon Jones, if it was anybody else, he wouldn't be the favorite. Like, if this was Stipe, Ciryl Gane's the favorite. Because Stipe has been away for a year and a half, I think almost 2 years at this point. Maybe a year, but because Ngannou's been the champ for a minute.
Name. Yeah. Mm.
This is going to be a moment in time. As someone who has announced multiple Conor McGregor fights over the last few years, it is going to be very interesting to see how Jones adapts to fighting at a heavier weight, fighting someone his size, fighting someone who every other situation, Jon Jones has been the taller fighter, has been the lankier fighter. There's not a lot of space here between the two. Sign of respect from both men as they'll touch gloves. If you like what you're seeing, please donate to the Super Chat, like, comment, and subscribe. Ciryl Gane, Jon Jones for the UFC Heavyweight Championship. Not the fight we wanted to see, but the fight we're going to see. Here we go, round number 1. Kick to the leg, overhand left. Jones gets hit in the dick less than 10 seconds in. 7 seconds in.
We get a dick kick.
We got a dick. Jon Jones' first fight back has been the ruined hand job of experiences for Jon Jones so far tonight.
That's right in there.
Yeah, he gets hit right in the dick and balls. 7 seconds in, isn't allowed to make his cool walk back into the octagon. Everything has gone wrong. Not much very good for Jon Jones so far, which means he'll probably knock Ciryl Gane out in 9 seconds. Left by Jones. Overhand right by Jones. Jones doesn't look as imposing as he once did, and it's just an interesting turn here. Jones tried to go inside. Gane presses him off. Leg kick evaded expertly by Gane. Kick to the knee by Ciryl Gane. Jones putting pressure on the French fighter. Gane back to the fence. Back kick by Jones. Ooh, feigning with the spin was Jones. Right hand thrown by Gane to the midsection. Gane. Jones trying to go for the takedown. Jones gets the takedown. In the Luther Campbell position now is Ciryl Gane. Gane now trying to stand up. Jones leaning on the right leg of Ciryl Gane. Trying to control the wrist is Jones. Slides through, slides under. Luther Campbell still. Gane on one leg now. Jones trying to backpack Ciryl Gane. Trying to wrap his left leg around the left leg. And now Gane in a seated position. Jones trying to pull the guillotine. A seated guillotine onto Ciryl Gane. 3:16 what left to go in the round. Jones going for the guillotine, can't lock it in, can't get that the arm underneath the chin. Going for it again now, as we're under 3 minutes in the round. And that's it. Whoa! Jon Jones tapped out Ciryl Gane. This fight is over. Jon Jones is the heavyweight champion of the world in the most pedestrian submission in the history of the UFC. Jon Jones is the UFC champion on a quick tap, and it went exactly the way I thought it would as soon as Jon Jones wouldn't get into the cage. It was going to be weird, it was going to be awkward, and somehow he was going to walk out with the belt.
Unbelievable.
It just, the back of the neck seemed to be the thing. Let's take a look here. and you could see people in the crowd just wondering what the hell happened.
They barely got to see it, man. It was so weird the way it started.
Yeah, it was so
confusing. If you're there, they're pissed.
Yeah.
Well, at least they got a good co-main, because that was worth it. That would have been worth it.
Jones dancing in the octagon now. The Jones family celebrating. Someone who looks like Jim Norton in red glasses.
Well, I really wish
let's take a look here. Jones evading the left, dragged down by Jones.
I'm curious.
And we'll see here. And he had it. Oh, he had it good. Yeah, he was pressing all the way down the camera angle that they showed that initial submission. You couldn't see how deep Jones had it underneath on that second attempt. I look down, look away, and this one was over. And Jones, whether you like him or not, Jon Jones has made history. Yeah. Whether you like him or not.
Man. I'm just now seeing the replay. That was deep.
Yeah, it was a motherfucker of a submission. Whether you hate Jon Jones or like Jon Jones, you cannot deny the fact that what he did tonight shows why he is one of the most dangerous fighters on the face of the earth. Whether or not you like Jon Jones or you hate Jon Jones, he took down a former UFC heavyweight champion, a guy who fought and went 5 rounds with Francis Ngannou and stopped him in 1. So you can answer the question of whether or not he's the real UFC champion with the idea that if he beats Stipe Miocic, and he was able to beat Ciryl Gane, Jon Jones is the true UFC champion.
I will say this. I want to see him go through an entire cycle and defend it and not have any issues, not have any drama, which I don't think is possible.
But that's the concern. That's what you're trying to. You're never. The thing with Jon Jones is you're never gonna be fully comfortable with trusting him, and you're never gonna be fully comfortable recognizing. And Jon Jones, winner by submission, is your UFC heavyweight champion. There's always going to be doubt. There's always going to be a tinge of distrust. And a shout out to PJ Simpson donating $20 to the cause, Team Yiri. And
go ahead. I'm sorry, Matt.
No, just if we want to, I'd say run it back. It was a quick finish, but who else in the heavyweight division is going to be able to stop Jon Jones? Or who's going to be able to face Jon Jones? I'd love to see Derek Lewis, but I don't think we're going to see that.
My balls are hot.
I don't know where we go next with the heavyweight division, but Jon Jones is at the top.
You say his name, by the way. Mm-hmm. I have it in some sort of contract I made up. My balls are hot. I will say this. I will be listening to the next few days when we get when they get the drug test results back, the post-fight ones. Because that'll be interesting. Because he's popped for that, right? He's been popped for that a couple of times.
Yeah, that's why he got stripped from the fight after he knocked out Daniel Cormier. You don't want that. You don't want that. Because then you're back to where you were. You want the division and you want his career to move forward.
Right. And that's gonna rehabilitate a lot of things if they don't. If this isn't done clean. If it's clean and he passes all the drug tests, more power to him. I hope he comes back and defends it successfully and gets a little run with it. And then the crowd then they can build under him. Start building back up the heavyweight division.
Yeah. A emphatic legacy-defining victory for Jon Jones. What we do next in this division, we don't know, but we do know what we're doing next here. March 18th, we will be back with you here for UFC 286. It'll be a 5 p.m. show. Usman Edwards 2. If you loved my call, the first one, cannot wait to bring you the call, the second one. We'll be live right here on the Matman YouTube channel.
Right?
Yes, we'll be here 4:45, 15 minutes before the start of the show. And we want you to join us. We want you to be with us. So please like, comment, subscribe, and ring the notification bell to ensure that you get notified every single time we do this show. Your super chats keep us on the air. Your views, your subscriptions, your sponsors, everything you guys do is the reason we do this show. I almost didn't do this show tonight, but I did it because I love calling the fights and watching it with you guys. And I'm glad that we got a chance to do that here tonight. And I'm glad that we got to do it. MG Geek, 2 Fight Forever on Twitter. You can follow Stephanie Sotilli at Steph Sotilli. And you can follow her on Instagram at God's Unwanted Daughter. Also on TikTok, search God's Unwanted Daughter. Steph, that's where we can find you on the talks, right?
Yeah, and I think you search that everywhere. You'll find me. Or some weird scripture.
That tracks. That's on brand for you.
It's hopeful.
But now you see Jon Jones calling out Stipe, who looks like he plays in a jazz fusion band. But for all of us here at Matmen, I'm Matt Ryan for MG Geek, for Stephanie Sotilli, for the Professor, and all of the Fat Baby. Say so long from the Garden State.